What's up, guys? What is going on? Look at this hair, man. This hair is getting out of control. I keep telling myself I'm going to go have it cut, but boy, oh boy, my insides are not happy the past week. It has been really hard to leave the house. Everything's kind of all rumbly and my tumbly and just unhappy. It's unhappy, but that's not what we're here to discuss. We are going to talk about the Mantis G, who that to me, like, I'm not really keeping up with the massive amount of, drones that are hitting the market. That was a joke, by the way. It's now popping on. Send the link. Mel wants me to send him the link to the stream. Let's see here. I don't know if I can. Can I? Nope, I can't. Oh man, I'm in StreamYards, bro. I'll have to do that in a sec. Maybe he made it in. Mel, if you just made it in, just type real fast. Anyways, I wanted to have a look at this Mantis G with you guys to see if it's even gonna be anything decent at all. Because the Mantis Q was supposed to be incredible from Yuneec, and it ended up being very mediocre, honestly. It flew really good, had a great flight time. But man, let's talk about that camera setup they chose. There we go. Mel made it in. I was just talking to him on Facebook. So I think it's time to go ahead and have a look at this thing because, like I said, the Mantis Q was not very good. I feel bad for the people that paid the price for the Mantis Q. So I'm hoping that they fixed a lot of the functionality and better camera setup. So I've actually been thinking about that one. Well, that's what we're going to take a look at today, Jason. So I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share here. We're going to take a look at what it has to offer right now. So I have decided to pop in on the Yuneec's website here, and I have the Mantis G pulled up. We're going to go through everything together, and we're going to see exactly what this thing has to offer. So I'm going to scroll down here. Let's see if there's anything I need to do. All right. Foldable gimbal stabilization. All right. With gimbal stabilization. Right out the hole, guys. It looks like a version of a Spark mixed with the Mavic Air and a Paradenofi mixed with a Mavic Pro. This thing looks interesting. I'm not sure why they're crossbreeding the platform in such a manner, but it is what it is. It also looks like it just about has the same setup as the Q camera on here. So let's read about this thing and see what they're talking about here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my YouTube channel on my chat bar so I can see the chat. Give me one sec, guys, to pull out my phone and get this going here. Okay, phone, come on. Work with me here. I can't see the comments. All right, pull this up. I'm going to pause my own stream. There we go. All right, who we got in here? So we got Jason. Markney, what's going on? So Mad Kiwi in the house. What is up? Woohoo! I'm at 100. Congratulations, Mad Kiwi. So guys, I'm going to try to pay attention to the chat on my phone while we do this. It says the new Mantis G is the perfect upgrade for your Instagram story, your vacation video, or your afternoon with your friends. Well, that already scares me right there that they've designated it for Instagram, simple vacation stuff, and your afternoon with friends. That tells me that they're aiming this more as a selfie platform, and I hope that's not the case. Open it up, turn it on, watch it take off. Now it's easy to create photos and videos from a whole new perspective. With the integrated gimbal, you can produce smooth videos in full HD and 4K resolution. All right. Not to mention extremely sharp photos. A single battery charge gives you over 30 minutes of flying time, which is roughly about what the Q used to pull in. So that's pretty good. And the Mantis G's PX4 flight controller ensures you will have no shortage of fun while flying a nearly legendary degree of stability. Wow, they are using some big words here. Let's highlight this one. Legendary degree of stability. I can't wait to see how good this thing is. Yeah. So that's a pretty large claim to fill. Legendary. Holy mackerel. Dalton, what's going on? Break down those big words. I'm giving it a go here. Still a beautiful piece of tech. Well, we're going to talk about that. Oh, that's not the one I was looking at. I was looking at the older Mantis. Yes, don't avoid the Q. The Q is horrible. All right, so gimbal stabilization, smooth video, sharp images. This is normally stuff you'd see on the outside of the box. Extended voice control. Control your Mantis G by voice commands. That's a scary thing. What are you going to do when it gets like 120 feet away? Scream at it? Listen here! Oh, I don't understand why they did that. That's like the Spark with the gesture mode. That didn't work out so well. So now anybody in the field that has ever messed with a Mantis could just scream controls at your drone and make it go bonkers. That's a bad thing to put on a drone, I feel like. Extended voice control. Okay, well, let's keep going here. Auto flight modes, intelligent flight modes for your impressive auto shots. Oh, whoa, look at this. Let's let this video play for a second, see what this is about. Oh, flying it under trees. That seems intelligent with the GPS lock. What else we got here? Spark gestures were terrible. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm here to break this down. Guys, I want to give it a fair rap, but I also want to definitely take a poke at some of the features here, because if it doesn't work, like it has normally not worked for a lot of drones, I like to be the first one to have a poke and a prod at it. So I don't understand the coffee. What did the coffee have to do with the smart shots? I don't they had breakfast, and apparently the Yuneec joined them for breakfast or lunch with their Cuban coffee. As with most of these drones, guys, these videos that they make are pretty goofball, honestly. But let's keep going here. All right. So like I said, it looks like a crossbred between 4 different drones already. So I'm looking at the build quality from here. It looks like it's pretty well built. I'm curious if these are aluminum or plastic arms, though. I would really hope that they make these solid. All right, 4K drone. Whether you're a snap shooter, hunter, a selfie queen, or a vlogger, the Mantis G is always ready for spontaneous recording thanks to the integrated gimbal camera. The foldable drone captures stabilized 4K videos and photos in JPEG and DNG. Whoa. Whoa, guys. Raw. JPEG and DNG format. Whew, that's a lot to take in right there. I don't know if I can handle all that. And with the integrated smart streaming technology and the improved now redundant 2.4 and 5G signal transmission, we have significantly improved the range of almost instantaneous live image to around 2 kilometers. That's a pretty big, once again, trying to fill a large gap in the market there with a 2-kilometer range. Boy, this thing just looks funky to me. It looks like a large version of a Spark. Okay. Stop copying other models. Extended voice control. Let's see what else we got here. All right, Dalton, RC Fun, John, what's in here? I'm going to say hi to a few of you guys. You have great radio interview voice, Dan. Well, thank you, Mel. Thank you. Need a cigarette after all that. Pretty big. That's what she said. I like it. Oh, the comment section is getting good. All right. JDS in the house. What's going on? When did this drone come out? Honestly, I don't know. I just started hearing things about it, so I decided to have a look at it with you guys to see if it's going to be anything new that we should totally be surprised about, or if this is just more, like mediocre tech that just continues putting out the same thing. And so far, I'm not really impressed. It just seems like a whole nother Mavic Pro or a Mavic Air, or they're not really. This is my issue with the drone market right now, is that they are so stagnant. They cannot come up with anything new. And this is ticking me off that they just keep producing this. So this is like, it's almost becoming toy drones to me. It's the same thing again and again and again. You buy a toy drone, you get the exact same features. Buy another toy drone, yeah, it looks different, exact same features. That's my irritation with all this. Come on, guys. get your R&D crew together and brainstorm, or bring on some true drone pilots and let's see what we can come up with. I have no problem helping with that. There is so much stuff I would love to see drones have the ability to do. I don't understand why they're not chasing, like VR, building a VR. How cool would it be to show up with like 20 people, two teams, 10 on each team, and have a drone that could go out and take a real life environment and map a 3D environment for virtual reality for you guys to play in your VR headset on your head in an open field. I think that would be absolutely sick. Absolutely sick. Real world excursion combat with just cell phones and a drone with an upload link. But no, they don't want to take any steps in any new directions that might be questionable. So who knows, man? I've also heard Yuneec has terrible customer service. I'm going to get into that. The past 2 years for Yuneec has been a complete letdown. Past 3 years now, I think, for Yuneec has been an absolute letdown with their customer service has gotten horrible. We're going to talk about all that, but let's just get back to the extended voice control here. Wake up, Mantis. Take off. These few words have your little pal up in the air in no time. Like I said, the only problem I have with this is, are we doing this through the app, or are you literally yelling things at your drone? Because if you're literally yelling things at your drone, if anybody else has ever flown a Mantis G and they happen to be in the area at that time and they start screaming, commands to your drone and it goes bonkers because they know the same control prompts that you do, that seems a bit scary to me. I hope they have a way to counter that. Like it learns your voice or something. I don't know, man, but that's a scary thing to think about. If you want to fly, you can fully control the Mantis Q with your voice commands and record videos and photos. Your Mantis listens for its cues, regardless of if they're in English, German, French, whether starting, landing, or taking photos and videos with commands such as come back and start recording. The Mantis Q can easily be controlled. Please tell me this thing has a dedicated controller. It better if it says it has 2 kilometers of range. Oh, there's just 2 random people that climbed a mountain, cliffside, just to get a shot. That's cute. That's not cute. That's cute. All right, what'd Jason say? Oh, Mel hit the nail on the head. What'd Mel say? No surprises here. Yes. Used to glossary to find big words. I like that. Oh my gosh. Mantis does it your way. So now it's a Burger King ad commercial here where this is turning into an infomercial for Burger King. Mantis does it your way. Wow. Lots of thought went into this. Okay. With the new waypoint feature, you tell Mantis G where to go on a map, no less. Well, I would hope on a map. I hope it's not just going out to nowhere with no map. That would be a scary thought, huh? Yeah, who wrote this? This is horrible. They really need someone to go back through and make this much some serious improvements to these articles that they're posting here. This this is horrible. This allows you to plan flight routes in advance for your perfect shot. Okay, apropos. What? Apropos maps. What the hell is that? I have to look this up now. I'm going to copy this for later. I need to know more about this. If the event an unexpected landing, you'll be able to find your Mantis G on it again. Ooh. For more Hollywood-style footage. Oh, I'm sure this thing is taking Hollywood-style footage. I'm positive that's what's happening. We're getting Hollywood-style footage. Okay. Intelligent auto flight modes such as journey, points of interest, or visual tracking. Okay, so basically it's giving us exactly what every other drone gives us. Man, I really wish they'd come up with some new stuff here. This is just sad to see the market become this saggy and this stagnant. It's like perky boobs went to saggy boobs, They're not as impressive as they used to be. I'm just saying. Oh my God. Okay. Waypoints, visual tracking, cinema. The Mantis G flies stably and slowly, as with basically every GPS drone that's capable. Journey mode. The Mantis G will fly upwards of a linear path, then return automatically depending on desired settings. So that's like cable cam for the 3DR Solo. Obviously, we know what point of interest is, and we know what return to home is. So once again, guys, no new features here. I'm waiting to get into the specifications. So selfie drone deluxe. I knew it. They're pulling this off as a selfie drone. God, that's gonna make me mad. What's up, Sean? Yes, customer support does suck. Are they loving it too? Ooh. All right. Let me look at the comments here and get caught up a bit. Whatever happened to the egg drone? I'm actually going to talk to that company, the Power Egg. I'm actually want to get in touch with them to see, because they still have it. I'm not sure they ever were going to release it, but I want to test it just because it looks like a big dinosaur egg and I think it would be fun. But I know what you're talking about, the Power Egg. I spoke with a guy from, well, when we were talking about testing the Power Ray on my channel, I actually got in touch with them, and he said that he would be willing to send it out. They only have a couple models of it, so I guess it was never for release. It was just to get their name out there to show off some cool tech that nobody had seen before. So, Power Vision. All right, what else we got here? Selfie Drone Deluxe 321 Smile. Whether you're via integrated face recognition or gesture command, every Mantis photo is a slam dunk. I'm sure I could figure out how to take a crappy photo with it. I'm almost positive. Let's see. For a quick camera flight during some downtime, simply activate the integrated smart shots and the Mantis G will automatically snap some impressive pictures. The instant sharing feature lets you upload photos and videos directly from the app to the social media so you can share them with friends. Oh my God, just like every other drone. Wow, this is so amazing. I'm taken back by the amount of technology that's in this thing. Jeez, there's so much new stuff here. Safe flying. The drone is equipped with security features such as redundant control signal. How many times are they going to use the word redundant? This is, I think, the second time. Well, no, they use redundancies, and now they're using redundant. I think I would have really talked to the guy that typed this crap up. We need to have a chat. Yuneec, if you're listening and you watch this, we need to have a chat. You need to get someone in here who can frickin' type more than 4 sentences that just sound silly. Well, look at the controller, though. Interesting. The controller does look tiny. Brisket. The drone is equipped with, okay, redundant control signal adjustable virtual fence. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Virtual fence. Why not just use geo fence like everybody else? Which ensures the Mantis does not exceed a specified radius. Oh my god! So basically, geofence. Let's just put things in regular standard perspective here. Oh, fast and dronious. With the included controller and the improved indoor positioning system, the drone can be flown indoors like almost every drone with optical flow and sonar and fixed positioning or LiDAR or any drone platform, as well as outdoors in a stable, precisely controlled manner. Whoa, precisely controlled manner. The Mantis G has an incredible top speed of 72 kilometers an hour, approximately 45 miles an hour, like most of your standard products. Okay. In sport mode, and is not only quiet but also very energy efficient. That I will give it. That is definitely something I will give Yuneec. They definitely found a way to push that battery to its limits on the Q, and if it holds up just like the Q, then I would say the G. But I want to know more about this camera. Open source heart. The Mantis G's flight controller is based on the well-known open source drone code Project PX4. This means you'll have the highest level of stability and reliability and a lot of fun flying. What does this mean? I'm an open source person. What does this mean? Does this mean I can install custom firmware? I highly doubt it. So I don't want it to say open source. I don't want anything to say open source. See where it says it right here? Right here? Damn it. Get off of there. Why are you still highlighted? Open source. This crap right here. Known open source. That means that you should be able to write your own software for this and install it. If you can't, then this is not true open source. This is only available to the developer. So now I'm curious about this PX4. Exactly, Gabe. If this isn't open source, I am going to let hell rain down on Yuneec for even suggesting that this has an open source heart. If you're not making it available for people to tamper with things, then it's not true open source. Yeah, make sure you guys are showing some support to each other. I know this is a really late night stream, but I'm just having some fun, and I heard about this thing today thanks to shout outs to Original Dobo, Ken, who lives in my area, very good tech reviewer. Good guy. I saw his video and I was like, oh, I have to check this thing out now. Mantis G's features at a glance. Wow, I don't even need to look at a glance. It's basic. It's a basic bitch. It's a basic bitch. That's what it is. Let's see what they have to say anyways. Foldable, lightweight 4K camera drone with gimbal stabilization, up to 33 minutes of flight time, top speed of 45 miles per hour, expanded voice controls English, German, French, intelligent flight mode, so basically everything we've already gone over, blah, 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 blah. Here it is, stable and reliable PX4 base flight controller. I'm going to learn more about this. This is something I'm curious about. For indoor and outdoor, blah, 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 blah. So where's the specs? How come they didn't give me any friggin' specs? I want to know about the camera. Let's click on specs. We've got the overview now. Let's see what this thing offers for specs. Technical specs. All right, aircraft. Takeoff weight, 505 grams. That thing weighs as much as my... That is crazy. That's crazy. It weighs as much as my battery does for my 3DR Solo, 505 grams. It is 0.4 grams over the weight of my Solo battery. That's interesting. No, they could, Dalton. I 100% agree with that. Waves to Scott, drone reviews. Hey, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Okay. Let's keep going here. We're going to continue. Flight time. Yeah, we already got that. Dimensions. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Great. Angle. Sport mode. 4 meters a second. Manual mode. 3 meters a second. IPS. Manual mode. Better do flips and rolls. Otherwise, take off the word manual mode. How about assisted flying mode? That's what that should say, not manual mode. IPS, phone mode, angle modes, okay, blah, 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 blah. A lot of this is pretty basic stuff. Maximum flight speed, yeah, we already got that. Okay, battery, 3S rechargeable, operating temperature, 0 to 40 Celsius, GPS, does have GLONASS, which is no less than I would expect from any drone coming out at this point that it has GLONASS. Number of channels, 10. That's not too shabby. It's not great either. Video transmission up to 2 kilometers. I would love to see that put to the test. Battery, 1S, 3.7 volts. This is for the remote. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't they just say it was a 3S? LiPo built in, blah, 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 blah. Oh, man, it's got a built-in battery. That sucks. So that, and it's LiPo. I don't know why they didn't go with something like NIMH for such a low power output. Why would you put a 1S LiPo battery? LiPos do not nearly have the life of something like NIMH. NIMH will last a lot longer than a LiPo battery. That saddens me greatly. Well, that's something to be aware of. Sensors. 1/3 0.6-inch CMOS. That's going to piss some people off. Photo resolution, 4.3. Really? 4.3 standard. Oh, okay, good. They do offer 16:9. Excellent. I was like, dude, if they capped it at 4.3, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be just slightly pissed off. All right, what else we got here? Effective pixels, 13 megapixels. That's not too shabby. Still, though, 13 megapixels is kind of on the low end if you guys think about it. 13 megapixels, just like in 2014, we were rocking, you know, like little decent GoPros that had 12 megapixel that shot in 4K. So, if you compare this camera to drones that are out today, even cell phone cameras are like 20 megapixels. So I don't understand why they went with such a low pixel format here. That's kind of an annoyance. That means that you're going to not get your clarity of images is not going to have the pixel density that you really want for sharp images, especially if you're doing professional work of any kind and you bought this for professional work. You're going to lose a lot of detail scaling to this 13 megapixel camera setup. So just be aware of that. No, the Bebop 2 is awesome, bro. Yes, Bud blazing a lot, absolutely. Um, if half the tech that goes into the mil spec drones I build at work went into consumer drones, these things would be a night and day. The problem is if they did that, average consumers couldn't afford it. I completely understand that. Yeah, no, Bebop rules except for night flights. Night flights are not good. Even though Scott said that he just did a night flight, yeah, man, that's the only downfall of the Bebop 2 is that it does not like night flying unless it's very well lit, like inner city stuff like that. You got to understand, man, you're using digital Linux based stabilization software, so it's going to be fuzzy at night. Even during the day, sometimes, depending on the lighting, you'll get a lot of fuzzy, you know. So just be aware. Okay, so 4K. No, it is true 4K. Interesting. 30 frames per second. I'm surprised they can't bump this to 60, but once again, that's where we come into that 13 megapixel you're only going to get. 4K at 30. You bump this up to like 18 or 20, you're going to start getting, 4K at 60. So once again, cell phone cameras are still better than some of these small drone cameras. I don't understand why they can't upgrade them. Image stabilization, gimbal, control range, blah, 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 blah. Field of view, 117. Wow, that's pretty good. Focal length, 21.5 millimeter. Internal memory, 16. Wow. Oh, okay. So it has 16, but it's extendable via SD card. That's actually pretty good. So out of the box, it looks like you get 16 built in internally. That's good for a couple flights at least. Unless you're shooting in 4K, you'll burn through that with like 2 flights. SD card, class 10, U1. Yeah, well, we're talking 4K, so you're going to have to do U1 or U3 up to, 128 gigs. I bet a 64 would fit your needs. ISO range, 100 through 3200, 100 by default, makes sense. Most of you guys probably won't even be messing with that unless you really know cameras. You'll probably just be leaving this an auto sense function feature. So electronic shutter, all this stuff is pretty basic, man. Spot metering, center metering, average. Yeah, I mean this is all very basic stuff. Gesture, face detection. I mean, yeah. So I don't know, man. At the price point that they have it at currently, I want to say it's like $499, $500. Would I say it's a bad deal? No, I wouldn't say it's a bad deal. That's about what the Bebop 2 costs brand new. But I'm not. I don't know, because I would say if you're going to go this route, you may want to just get the Mavic Air. You're going to be running on Wi-Fi too, but I don't know, guys. I hate unpredictability. You don't know anything about this, and with their customer service the way it is, I think I'd rather blow my $500 on a Mavic Air or like a used Mavic Pro. If you can get one for under 650, spend the extra $100 and buy a Mavic Pro. I think you'll be much happier with that. The Mantis is probably good, but I would wait until the price drop comes down, which will take about a year. And then I would consider the Mantis G. As of right now, you got the Xeno that it's competing with at a much lower price point. You are going to lose some of the functionality and features. Though I'm not really a fan of Hubson, I'm still going to give Xeno a place on here because it does compete with this drone. You also have the FIMI. The FIMI is in that $500 price point. Once again, the FIMI S8 is an animal. People are really showing the results of the FIMI. So, I think this thing has its place in the market. I wouldn't personally go out and blow my money on this just because it's still kind of on the basic side of things. They make it sound really impressive, but the reality is it's very basic functionality. They haven't done anything or shown anything that's going to blow my mind. They didn't even really talk about the sensors. If you look at the bottom here, I can see it has what appears to be an optical flow sensor. They didn't even talk about that. I'm not sure how they're really pushing this thing off on people, but yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. For me, guys, I wouldn't spend my money on it just yet. I'd let some other people be the guinea pig and see what their thoughts are. Everybody thought the Mantis Q was going to be amazing. This one right here, everybody thought this was going to be the absolute shindig, and it ended up sucking horribly with the camera. Like the camera was the downfall of the Q. So I feel like the Mantis G is the upgrade for the Q. But I can't see blowing, $500 on an unknown, especially with basic functionality and features. I do see that it looks like it has 3-axis stabilization. No, it's definitely still 2. It looks like 2. The other one was only single, I want to say. It would only go up and down. If you tilted right or left, you would see all of that. So I don't know, guys. It didn't say anything about, other than gimbal stabilization. It didn't say anything about electronic image stabilization. None of that stuff. I'm really kind of curious why they didn't talk about the sensors on the bottom. They didn't even cover the sensors. Let's see here. I don't think here. It just says sensor, and that's it. It doesn't talk about optical flow. It doesn't. None of that stuff. I don't see it anywhere on here. So that to me is scary. It's scary that they're not talking about all the specs and features of it, So I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I'm going to get back to the stop screen sharing, and I'm going to invite a couple people in here if they want to come in. I want your guys' thoughts. You tell me what you think. Let me close this down here. I don't like it when companies don't give you full overlays of what's going on there. So there's the link. If any of you guys want to jump in and talk about this with me, my personal opinion is I wouldn't do it. Let some other people be the guinea pig first, see what it's all about, which I'm sure most of you are weathered pilots by this point. Steve, what's up, dude? Wait till it comes out. Dalton said not a fan. I need to look up this PX4 while we're sitting here. Let me see if I can look up this PX4. Steve, I'd like you to come in if you're up for it. PX4 open source. Open hardware project. I want to find out what this is about here. Let's see. The Mantis brick. They're more concerned unintentional landings and using big words. And I agree with that. And that's really what scares me. It's all right, bud. You're here with a group of guys that do know what we're talking about, and we would love to push that knowledge off on everybody else. I'm gonna say that I agree with Ken to some extent. He was talking about, do we deserve it? A drone that wasn't asked for, but we deserve. If it functions good, then by all means, I would say it might be worth the price point. But I can't agree with that. Mad Kiwi, what is going on, brother from another mother?
How's it going, everybody?
I caught you off guard, did I? Look at my hair. I'm off guard. Steve Carr.
Mate, I got no hair.
Steve, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Dan? Hey, did you have to go out and pull the plug out of your dinghy?
No, the plug's been out of the dinghy. I had my I was excited. I had my bilge pump ready. I was ready to pump out hundreds of gallons of water hourly. I was excited. Nothing happened. It just stars and a little bit of wind, and then it blew by. Depressing.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that.
Steve.
Hello, Mackie. How are you, sir?
Good.
What are your thoughts, Mad Kiwi? You watched pretty much the majority of the specs and everything. What do you think?
Like I said in chat, I says don't go spend your money yet. Just keep watching for other people, like you said, spend their money, be the guinea pigs, and look out for reviews, because I'm sure there'll be lots of them.
I hate to do it. I hate to say someone has to be the guinea pig, but you're not going to get honesty if it's from the company. They're just going to say it's great. So we have to rely on people like Dustin Danil when he gets his hands on it, and all these big reviewers. I trust Dustin 100%. Dustin will tell you the truth.
But I was going to say the thing is with these reviewers, the company sends the drone to them anyway for nothing, so nobody has to spend any money.
I get that. However, there are people that have earned their place with the ability to be honest, and no matter what happens in the end, whether you throw the review out or you don't, they're still going to send you products because they don't have a choice. You've grown to the point where they know they can't avoid you. People listen to you. They want to know. You see what I'm saying? Like when you get that big and you get to that point, you can do whatever you want to. You can be as honest as you want to. You can, you don't obviously want to go around saying everything sucks like I do, because I'm a very judgmental person when it comes to tech, and I want to see better things hit the market. And I know that it's not going to happen unless I become an asshole about it. So that's what I do.
Yeah. It's not being judgmental. It's just being honest.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I was a little harsh on the G tonight. But I don't think I was so much harsh on the drone. I think I was harsh on the person writing this crap, because they definitely need someone to come back in and rewrite all that. And I would love to see the specs updated with proper information telling me about optical flow, whether it has sonar, whether it has LiDAR. I feel like I didn't get enough information from it. And as a weathered pilot, these are all things I want to know. I'm not going to buy your product if you're not going to present me with all the information I need. So if I go to your official website and it's not posted, I don't want to have to go anywhere else to find that information. I want to see it on your website.
That's right. Be honest. Be
Exactly.
upfront.
So, Steve, thoughts?
I only caught a little bit of it. I was watching when you were rolling through all the specs. I'm concerned with what the specs are coming out. To go out and shell that money out right now for that, I'm more like both of you of saying, let's see some more reviews and actual hands-on and some honest reviews.
Right.
None of this, I'm a fan of the Q, and that's all I'm going to ever be.
Right.
When it comes out, and let's get some honest reviews out there. And I've been watching and reading. I haven't really seen too many of the reviews yet, so I'm just looking at the specs. And the specs right now don't make me want to jump up and go, "Hey, I'm going to go throw down my hard-earned cash for it."
Exactly. It's very basic specs. Like there's not. It's like a drone that nobody really asked for, but we got anyways, and now they're just hoping they can sell it. I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I'd even go for an Anafi or something like that. If you're going to get into that price range and something at least that's out there, that flies. I'm keeping DJ out. I completely out of the equation here, because it's going to be, I think, a fair amount would be to say if you were going to compare to an Anafi or something like that, or some other drones out there, but at least we know that there's a good track record with it.
Well, that's the whole issue, is that I'm not trying to push it off as a DJI comparison, because it's not. There's nothing in the price range of DJI that even falls in this category. No. The only thing that does is the Spark, but they're not manufacturing it anymore. So that's the thing, is you could buy a used Spark or something of that nature, but if you're talking about the Mavic Air, it's still $600. Talking about the Mavic Pro, a used package is still like $899. Then from there, it just goes up and up and up. So I have to find that mid range in the market. For me, that's the Xeno, the Fimi, I'm comparing it to those ones that are affordable in that price range, that fold, that all kind of have that same, resemblance. They kind of all offer the same features, but do I think that it's going to beat those drones? No, I don't. The specs don't look good enough to compete with the Fimi. I think even the Xeno has a higher format for 4K. I think it allows you 16:9 and at 60 frames per second. So these are things I consider as a drone pilot, somebody who has been doing this a while. Now, if you're just a average Joe, standard Joe Yo blow user, you don't know, you're not looking for these things. You just want something fun. Well, maybe it's going to be good for you, but I would still jump in and consider these other options first. Dalton, I see you and I see what you're saying, and I want you to come in if you can, buddy. It's really easy to sign in.
Yeah, like the Xeno that you were talking about, that's one thing that has impressed me with all their firmware updates from what that bird used to be.
Oh,
when
yeah.
it was first released.
Oh, my God.
And all the different reviews out there, it was like, where's my drone going to? And now the stabilization, the video that's coming out of it, the quality video footage it's putting out.
I will say that I noticed there's still a glitch in the gimbal setup. When I see somebody make slight roll alterations with the Xeno, even today, they haven't been able to solve that. I always see the camera move a little bit when they first start the movement. I always see it bend the horizon for a second, then it starts on its path. And that would annoy me because that would keep me from using it for professional use. I notice it, which means somebody else is going to notice it. And I've seen it across the platform. So I know it's not just, to this one guy's drone that's doing it. It's all of them that are doing this. And until they solve that sensitivity issue, I still would avoid the Xeno. And that and the fact it's a Hubsan. And I am very kind of slightly biased against Hubsan. So I gave him a shot tonight. I talked about him. I said I would buy a Xeno before I'd buy this. So there you go, Hubsan. Am I still the bad guy? Rain dance time.
Who makes this Mantis?
Well, Yuneec, which does not have a good track record for the past 3 years with customer support. I think they are worse than DJI, honestly.
What country? China?
No, Yuneec isn't Yuneec US? They're US based, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they are.
I think they're here's the issue with Yuneec, and this is the one thing I found out when I bought the Typhoon H, the hexacopter. You remember that whole thing, Steve? That was horrible. Foo bar across the board, man. I'd buy one thing to fix it just to find another catastrophic failure across the board somewhere else. And it finally got to the point where I called Yuneec and they were like, well, what do you want us to do for you? You bought it used. And I was like, I just want the parts. I'll put them in. I think I traded a very good Phantom 3 standard, working fully 100% Phantom 3 standard with no issues, for a Typhoon H that ended up being just absolutely foobar. And then on top of that, I blew another $200 on purchasing a transmitter because the one that came with it had broken cords and toggle switches, and it was just a mess from the get-go. But it taught me one thing about how Yuneec does things. They go to all these different vendors and they piece their drones together with parts from all these different vendors.
Right.
Not much of it is made in-house. They are pulling parts. And the issue is that's why they stop producing things so quickly, because they just give you a parts out guide. They go, well, here's where we got the part. If you need it, good luck. And the problem is, once that happens and they stop manufacturing those and producing them, when you need that part, the person that has that part goes, oh, you need the S2 board for the video? That's $320, mate.
Yep.
Cough it up. And that's exactly what happened to me. I had failure of the video.
A lot of those components are made in China.
Right.
They're bringing them in. And they, like you're saying, they're here in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
But we all know the parts are coming in from all over the world, and most of it from China electronically. Anything electronic these days are, coming in from China.
Well, it's knowing how bad they've walked away from things in the past and they haven't resolved those issues still with other people. For instance, the Yuneec Breeze. I have one of those damn things now, and it sucks. I want to take it outside and put it out of its misery. That's how bad I feel for the drone. It can't help what it is, but I can certainly help put it out of its misery from the company that, built the damn thing. So I'm thinking about taking it out back and putting a hole through it and just calling it a day.
Giveaway. Giveaway.
Yeah, but I hate giving away drones that suck because it ruins the hobby for somebody else. They get it. They get it excited to use it, and then they go through that same thing that you go through: latency, lag. It's not enjoyable. It flies away. It does wonky things. So I don't like to give stuff to people when it has a problem, because then they're not going to enjoy the experience. You know,
Yeah,
you're just potentially giving them a piece of junk and saying good luck.
It sort of reminds me many years ago on an off-road 4-wheel drive sort of get together, I suppose. They had a giveaway, raffle prize. I won out of the blue one of these little push along Land Rover toys, and I just don't like Land Rover. So the next day I put it in front of my 4-wheel drive's tire and just run over it. I upset a lot of people.
I'm telling you, man. There are just certain things I won't do to other people, and I won't send them drones that I think are scary or have a lot of issues, you know. Even toys. I don't like to send toys to people that have problems, you know. I'd rather break it on camera, and hopefully the company I do it in front of gets to see the video and goes, oh, wow, we weren't expecting that, you know.
I scored a selfie drone called a Rover, ROVA.
Okay.
I don't know what other names it comes under, but it's a square thing with a cage. It comes in a flash sort of case. It comes with an extra battery. It's got a 12 megapixel camera. It's got sensors all around it. Do you think I can make the bastard fly?
No.
Brushless motors, triple rotor props, and it just
doesn't.
I'm going to send it to you, Dan.
No,
you
don't.
Can do it. Like, take the motors off it and put it on something else. I don't care.
I'll shoot it in its face.
That's if you can get the thing to fly at a straight line. You'll never shoot it.
Just gonna
you won't shoot it. Not even with a shotgun.
Dig a hole and put it in a grave, man, and just put her down. I got you.
Funny as. And the prices are stupid.
So let's talk about this. This is interesting. Okay. I'm reading about this PX4 flight controller. And as I suspected, a lot of people have been working with it for a good period of time, but this wasn't just designated towards Yuneec. This has been something that has been out for a while, okay? They're calling it Open Pilot, okay, which is interesting because I'm used to ArduPilot for APM and, you know, anything that runs on that open source like Solo and the the Yuneec 520G or whatever it is. Those drones are all open source and they're, you know, run on ArduPilot. This is interesting to me because it says PX4 Autopilot is an open source autopilot system oriented towards inexpensive autonomous aircraft, low cost availability, and enables hobbyists to use small aircraft for larger projects. That's all fine and dandy, except it says contribute to the PX4 firmware development by creating an account on GitHub. Note, the dev calls it open source. However, it is not unless you are added to the list of the team members. So that is not open source. That is a closed system. That means they don't want anyone tampering with what they've created so far. That tells me a lot about how that's baloney that Yuneec would even push it in the category of open source. Unless you're going to release, which it says it's written in C++. A lot of people know how to use C++, okay? It's a huge coding base for C++. So it's not difficult to understand. You may have to understand the algorithms for this stuff, but it's not hard to understand. So I am frustrated that they're calling it says open source heart, but then it says developed under open source, you know, whatever. I don't like that they're doing that, because if you don't have the access or the ability to alter or change things, then it's not true open source for the user. You know, they shouldn't say that. It should say open source heart. This is a PX4 under development with a team of guys. You know what I'm saying? That sounds a bit better to me than just presenting it as you can buy it. It's open source. You can make adjustments. Oh, no. Only if you can join the team. Well, what does it take to get on the team? You know, that doesn't,
just be honest.
Right. Exactly. And that's
people have a lot more respect for you if you're honest. If you're dishonest, that sticks like shit on a blanket. It sticks. I mean, you can't get rid of it. But anyway, prices are a big thing, especially for likes of myself. I'm not made of money. I've got my Mavic Air. I'm happy with it. It's going to stay with me probably forever. And I don't really want to upgrade it because it does everything I want it to do.
Well, what's really got me about this PX4 is that it was designed originally for, or the person that originally put the PX4 into. See, it says ArduPilot, but it's not. It's definitely not ArduPilot. It says operating system runs on NUTX, NUTX, NUTTX, and ROS. So it's definitely not Ardu, Pilot, ArduCopter in any sense. It says PX4 development team and community, C++. It was initially released in 2012. It does have a license base, but it was designed for fixed wing gliders. It was never designed for use with drones. They built
Sounds
a whole.
like we made a spare parts.
Exactly. This is where I say Yuneec branches out and finds weird things to build drones with. This is one of those scenarios where I'm a little questioning how they're going about this, because you're taking a platform that was originally built for, fixed wing long range gliders, and you're applying it to a drone that's only going to be good for 2 kilometers. I don't know. That means they had to rewrite a lot of the stuff it came with, so there's plenty of room for glitching and beta crap to take place that shouldn't be, I don't know, man. That scares me. I'm glad I looked into this a little bit more. So, hey, Ken, if you're watching this, you may want to look up the flight controller. I think you might find it gets a little more interesting than you thought. She's shit on a shingle. Mike B in the house. Mike, what is up?
What's going on?
Mike, how are you?
There's no more donuts in the green room. I ate them all while I was waiting for you to bring me in.
Oh my God, how long were you sitting there? I didn't even see you.
Not that long.
I was gonna say I kept checking to see if anybody was popping in. Scott's drone says send him that drone that you have. He'll make sure it gets a proper send off.
Kind of like trap shooting.
Exactly. Oh,
just there's a wee thing for you, Dan. Just sort of Google it. Rover drone. I think it was made in Australia, but who knows?
Okay.
It looks a business, and the price over here was like $250. So you're looking at about 175-ish American. But
is it called the Sky Rover?
It looks good. ROVA, Rover.
Oh, whoa. Well, you got to be more specific, man. I actually typed Rover.
No, that's the dog's name.
Come over.
Come on over, baby.
Give Rover a bone.
Gave her a bone of his own? Is that what you're saying?
No.
For those of you that are old enough to remember
the cupboard.
All right, let's see what this thing looks like here.
Please, this is a family.
Oh my God. Bro, it's like a flying cube thing.
Sure. Screen, man.
I'm surprised it can get off the ground, but I only got it for the 12 megapixel camera. It comes with a memory card. You can zap it with. That's it. That's the piece of shit.
Oh, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, we saw. Actually, there's a couple different versions of this. I never heard it called the Rover, though.
Yeah, I think some money people in Australia stuck their name on it.
But Stephen buy one of those?
Yeah, Stephen. That's why I said Stephen has something close to this. It almost looks like a small version of the Sharper Image drone inside of it, and then they just put this weird thing around it. That's what it looks like to me.
Brushless motors.
Oh yeah.
And you'd think it was good, but it can't even lift itself off the ground properly.
Oh, I'm sure, because it's being restricted by all this crap around it.
So,
Yeah.
Could you just toss it? Did they ever show that thing just being tossed in the air and then flying it? It just launch it?
No, Steve. No. You toss it in the air when it's not going, like a frisbee, and then Dan shoots it with his shotgun.
Right.
Paul.
Yeah. Boom.
Exactly.
Because the one I saw that looks identical to that, they showed that to where you start it up and you just held it in your hand, you just tossed it in the air, and it just went up and hovered, and it just stayed there. And it was all by hand movements.
Dustin did it in his backyard. He got a hold of one of those, and remember, he was flying it around his backyard, and the wind got a hold of it and blew it over his fence, and he had to go retrieve it from his neighbors.
Yep.
And then I think his daughter like crash landed it in the pool while she was trying to fly it in the video.
Yeah.
And I think after that it was toast.
I think the pool is what did it in.
Right. I think the pool did it in.
Yeah, you just about put it in the toaster.
Scott's asking if that's priced high. The one I think Steven bought was around $100. Scott in here. Scott, get your butt in here.
Yeah, I was wondering why Scott didn't pop in earlier. I'm wondering if this was an Indiegogo campaign-based crowdfunder that made the Rover originally, and then it got rebranded later on because nobody bought the damn thing.
Could be. Anyway, I thought it was cheap. I bought it off a Dutch girl in Queenstown for 40 New Zealand dollars. I think it's something that's been flown about 3 times.
Nothing like a cheap lot lizard night.
That's right. Lizard licking.
Sharper Image DX4.
That's what I was saying. It looks like like if you remove the cage, it looks like the Sharper Image drone is inside of it, like a micro version of it. Is that bad that we remember all this stuff, man? Toy drones and everything.
We've all got to start somewhere. I've still got all my toy drones.
My brain's fried from trying to remember all this stuff. I need to go back to school. I think I'm getting stupid again.
You don't use it, you lose it.
Did Scott not pop in? Nope. So, yeah, man. I don't know. Oop, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I'll cut you guys loose. Wife will be home shortly, so it is now 5:30 Thursday afternoon.
Afternoon? God, it's 1:29 a.m. here.
Of course.
Daylight. Man, Kiwi, you should be out there flying, man.
I know. What are you doing talking with us? We're lame.
I'm still in plaster. Still in plaster.
Battery almost dead, brothers. All right, fine. I see how it is. SEMA X5C was my first. I think it was for a lot of people, honestly. The SEMA's been around a long time. Then they did the SEMA X5-1. Remember, that was supposed to be the upgrade, was the -1. Became more stable. See, that's what I'm talking about, Steve. Yeah, see? Yes. And then they made like 15 other crap versions of it called the Striker drone and all the other baloney.
That was my very first drone.
See? How do we know this stuff? How does it stay here? I shouldn't know about toy drones anymore. That's a problem.
And we keep our first drone.
I did.
Why didn't we keep our first car? It'd be a lot more money.
I modified my first one and sold it for way more than I paid for it.
I wish I had my car. I mainly owned trucks my whole entire life. My first car I bought was a Dodge Charger. And if I'd had that today, I saw that go on auction.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Mine wasn't the 440. I didn't have the big block in it. But I watched that thing roll off. And I remember I paid $4,174 for that car. And that thing rolled off the auction floor at $107,000.
Yep.
What
That's a lot of drones, Steve. That's a lot of drones.
It's going for a work day. I'm sorry, Mike. What'd you say?
What year was yours?
My year, 72.
Oh, yeah. 1969. That's the ideal.
That's the one. I was born in 69. 69's the number.
There you go.
Which one was it? Was it the Camaro? One of them, they couldn't figure out what to call it, so they just came up with a weird name for it. Was the Camaro or the What?
That was one of them. Camaro was the one, and actually the other one, what they weren't sure of, was even the Ford Mustang.
Yeah, that's when the Pony Classic cars came out. That's when the whole Pony lineup started showing up on the scene. The mid-range power muscle cars, but not quite muscle. They were the Pony. They were.
And if it wasn't
69,
if it wasn't for the
71.
Falcon, the Mustang would never be born.
Oh, the shit stang. What?
If it wasn't for the Falcon, the Mustang would never be born.
Very true. Wouldn't it be the Fairlane though?
Fairlane?
That was a Ford Fairlane.
Wasn't that the Ford Fairlane? Wasn't that what started the Falcon and then the Falcon?
No. Falcon was invented in 1959 as the first Ford compact.
Ah.
And they had a 144 straight 6-in, and I think in 61 you could go up to the 170 pursuit motor.
Oh, Jesus. Bud Blaze-A-Lot said Galaxy. Well, that was a big car.
It was a big car.
Boat, dude. It was like driving a steamroller. Oh, my God.
Anyway,
Up those little engines. If you fixed them up, built them up, they were a quick little car if you fixed them up.
Oh, yeah. What
They weren't that heavy, really.
was your first car, Steve?
My first car was actually a truck.
Oh.
1971 Chevy pickup.
Nice.
Very nice.
Kiwi?
a 1950 Morris Minor Lowlight 2-door.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow.
And then my second car was a 1963 Ford Falcon station wagon.
Oh, geez.
I wished I'd kept it because they're worth a lot of money now.
Mm.
Yeah, they are.
I remember that, yeah. Heck yeah.
Aussie built one because 1960 Ford Australia thought, we're going to beat these Holdens. So they went to America and got the Falcon, says, we're going to build these buggers. And they did.
Mike, what was your first one?
73 Chevrolet Monte Carlo.
Wow, right out the hole, man. You just were stomping it. You must have been raking in the bills, dude. What were you, a pimp back in the day or something?
No, not at all, man. I got this thing at a used car lot. I mean, it was okay. When I'm probably older than most here. I was born in 62.
You had the Rock Crusher 4 to the floor, yeah?
What?
I think you had a Rock Crusher 4 to the floor tranny in it. No? You said it was an SS Monte Carlo?
No, it was just turbo hydromatic.
Oh, okay.
But,
Gotcha.
It was a great car, man. I hated getting rid of it when I finally did, but that's what I sported there for a while. My second car was a 75 Dodge Charger.
Ooh.
I wanted the 73. I liked the finned windows that they had in the back.
Yeah.
Is that what yours had, Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I love that body style, man.
Yeah. It was, and because in fact, the one thing I still have is I have the emblem, the Charger emblem. I still have that old Charger emblem after we had done some fixing up to the car. We took out that small little V8 out of it, and we sit there and we punched it out 30,000. Someone from 8.2 to 1 compression piston to a 10.5 to 1.
Whoa.
Put a cam in it. Put new exhaust system on it, put headers on it, and that's when I found out I had to put a crossover system because I went down the street for the first time, and a real good friend of mine worked for the police department. He goes, "You better get that quieted down just a bit."
Hey, Dad.
Yes.
Your new channel. It's gonna be.
But we took that car, and I had
Car worshipper in his Fairlane boat.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm so proud of my first vehicle, though, man. I was a boss in high school. I had this is going to show my age. I had a 94 Ford Aerostar electronic 4-wheel drive minivan missing the front end.
Ooh.
And a broken sway bar with no front brakes. They had nails. We cut the brake lines and put nails in there. And we hose clamped them off so I had brake pressure. I rode that thing for 4 years with just rear brakes and 35% of the braking power. Then to have real fun, I took all the back seats out of this van and I put lawn chairs in there. And so when all my dumb friends would ride with me, I would slam the brakes on and everybody would clutterfuck to the front and just slam into each other into the back seats of everything. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And because I had a right broken sway bar, anytime I would turn this way, the whole car would feel like it was leaving the road and it would lean up and then it would come back down like this. It was incredible. It was the scariest death trap ever. I love that thing, man. Oh, party central.
I'm guessing you're about 33.
I'm 32, yeah.
Everybody's bailing us in chat out here. And we're going to have to start a GoFundMe for Scott so we can buy him a phone charger.
Yeah.
Huge why he's not coming in here.
Oh my gosh. Dalton said, found out I got to enable all the live stuff. God, on YouTube, getting late too, but we'll take you up on that offer when I can, DW. Thanks for the great video. Gotta go. Sounds good, Dalton. He's a big 3DR solo person. So yeah, no, and then my second car was and this was the coolest van I think Oldsmobile ever produced. It was the Oldsmobile Silhouette. You guys remember that? It was 95. There were two versions of it. There was a Chevy version of it called the Illumina or whatever it was. The Lumina. And then there was the Oldsmobile Silhouette. And when you got inside, it just looked like you were in the cockpit of an airplane. It had all these freaking weird switches and things you could push that would make things happen. And it had this like weirdly caved windshield that made you feel like you were flying a jet.
Didn't the nose on that thing look like it was rounded off, almost like a front of an airplane?
It was like a peak, like it went like this. You know what I'm saying? It like followed that weird. It like went into some kind of point, like all the way from the top of the car down, went into like this weird point, and then it came straight back, and then there were tire wheel wells, and then it went up on the back, and then over the front. Yeah. It was it was a weird van. It was a
huge ass windshield on it.
Yes, it had a massive windshield, but it was weirdly shaped. That's me.
Like a Renault Espace.
Oldsmobile.
Oh, here we go.
Silhouette. 95. A Gaboom. Yeah, this was a strange van, man. I loved it. It was 170 horsepower, man. It was a beast for what it was. Dude, it could smoke the front tires. I mean, absolutely get them just furling if you laid on the pedal hard. It was just incredible. It was an incredible little van. Let's see here.
So it didn't have a 3.5 horse Briggs and Stratton on it then?
No, there you go. Yeah. It was a beast of a van, man. I don't know why they discontinued it. I thought they were gonna continue the Silhouette model, but
so was it old General Motors or Chrysler?
At the time, it would have been probably, it would have been GM still, wouldn't it?
Right. I was just thinking because with Chrysler and all that, they took on some French stuff as well as like Mitsubishi stuff and all that sort of thing back in the day, and that sort of looks like a Renault Espace or Espace, or if you want to call them, sort of.
Yeah. It was a weird van, man. It just looked space age in some kind of sense for being a 95. Like, you got in this thing and it just felt like a different world.
You didn't have kids then? It was just your home away from home?
Actually, I used to take it mudding.
Mudding?
Yeah, mudslinging. We had this pit. We had this mud pit called Sutter's Mud Run, and I used to I used to make it through the pit, but there was a way you do it. The pit was at the bottom of this hill, and all these trucks would pull in, and they'd do all this crazy stuff, sling a lot of mud everywhere. And I was a little more intelligent. I would take the van up to the top of the hill, and I would punch it. And it didn't have all-wheel drive or anything. It was just a minivan, you know. So if it stopped moving, it would just sink, instantly. Like, bye, minivan. But I got smart. I was like, man, this pit looks like water to me. What if you go fast enough that this body looks so weird it could hydroplane? And so I used to just come like 70 miles an hour down the hill, and I would just smash into the mud, and it would send mud flying, and it would just like coast across the top, and it would just pull out the other side. It was fantastic to watch. It was magic. Just so magical.
Looks like there's some ideas for different channels now. We've got car channels, mudslinging channels,
right?
Drone channels.
Dan has a automotive channel, but he doesn't use much of it lately.
No, I haven't had a chance to, man. Every time I work on my car, I don't know, man. It's getting harder to put the GoPro on my head.
Scott says, DW, my wife Michelle says she loves your channel.
Yay! Hey, girl. How you doing? Ooh.
And she is fine.
She is fine. I'll tell my girl.
Well, anyway, I better get my bum into gear, and a big thank you to everyone. I've reached 100 on my bus, so I'm going to have to go and buy a new bus.
So, Kiwi, that means we have to do a stream to help you grow some more, yes?
Oh, if you want me to. Yeah, that's
okay.
Cool. It's all sort of, what do they call it? It's like perpetual motion. It just keeps going and going.
I'm not sure if I got you.
It's like the argument I had with Sean, Mr. Crosley, the other day. It wasn't really an argument. It was just, I'd never ever heard of Energizer batteries being in a rabbit on an advert over here in New Zealand. It was always Duracell. He says, no, Copper Top never had a bunny. And I says, yes, they did. Anyway, wow. I was right. He was right. We never got the Energizer bunny ad over here, and there was some big shit fight between Energizer and Duracell or something. But in the 80s, we had the Duracell battery bunny. But anyway, that's great. Yeah. Animal rights activists? I don't know. But anyway, I'll leave you guys in limbo, sort of scratching your heads and thinking, what the hell's he on about? Okay. And we'll leave it there.
Now that you've started that conversation, I'm pulling up YouTube to look up some 80s Energizer battery commercials.
Yeah, it's Duracell.
Oh, whatever. That whole thing and stuff.
Anyway, Steve will be doing it too. Anyway, Mike B, nice to see a little white dot with a black silhouette in the middle of the screen there, but that's cool.
That's really what I look like. I'm a white dot.
Oh, cool.
Type something in chat so I can make sure I've got you. I see you over in Greg's stream all the time, but I'm not sure I've got you.
A little bit. He's up there. He's got 102 now.
Oh, 102. Woohoo.
Somebody subscribed on the way. I've been subscribed to you for a while. When I get on these live streams, I click on everybody's name to make sure I haven't become unsubscribed or unnotified.
Literally, this is a Duracell 80s bunny commercial.
There we go. Copper top.
Copper top.
Okay, guys. You guys have a good sleep, good night, good day, and we'll catch you later.
You too.
You down, man.
Later, brother.
Congratulations on reaching that over 100 mark.
Cool.
This is cool.
Cool. 100.
102, actually.
Not too shabby, bro.
Okay, guys. Catch you later.
I hate long goodbyes. Bye.
Bye.
Well, I think we are the last 3 people. Actually, we probably make up half of the people that are in here right now because we're all streaming my thing in the background so we can see the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Which we can't get Scott to come talk to us because he doesn't own a phone charger. But
I know, because he doesn't have a phone charger. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope the Mantis G turns out to be better than I gave it credit for. I really, I would really like it to get better sales, but I only want them to get better sales if Yuneec would remember what it's like to actually help people instead of get mad at them. They're buying your products, man. They have expectations when they buy your products. Yuneec. They want good customer service. That would be like if I paid you to build my house, you built my house, but then afterwards there were some issues that need to be taken care of. It's like me building a battery mod. If my mod doesn't work and there's an issue, I'm probably going to resolve it, right? It's my reputation on the line here. It's your reputation. It's the home builder's reputation. It's, there's just certain things that you do.
It's called customer service.
Right.
I got you there, man. Kilo. Just added you, buddy.
A word that's not around these days much anymore.
Scott says October 4th he will be giving away a SEMA X8W. Please sub.
Make sure I got him. I'm not sure if I do or not.
So, Steve, the hurricane just blew right past us.
Well, I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
I was talking with Jim earlier today, and he says, yeah, more like a tropical storm is all it was, and just a lot of rain and some wind.
Well, I don't want everybody to forget there's still 3 more cells out there building all over the place. So let's
that big boy that we saw out over over towards Africa right now.
Yep. Let's not jump to the gun here and say everything's gravy. All these people are all like, oh, well, we dodged a bullet on that one. Great. Life goes back to normal. I'm like, you realize these things are still only like 5 days out, a week out, right? Just make sure everybody's on the same boat here. Like, these things could do anything. Don't eat your hurricane supplies just yet.
Yep. You save them for that rainy day, just like we have here for the earthquakes.
Food, as long as I got my coffee and cigarettes, I'm good.
Oh my gosh. I've been tired all day. Crazy. I didn't sleep much. I don't sleep much anymore, guys. My butt keeps me up all night. As soon as I think,
I never did sleep much. A couple hours here, a couple hours there.
Yeah, it takes a toll on me, though. I don't function well without some kind of Z's.
It takes a toll on me, too. That's why I'm so damn old, man.
True.
Burn candle both ends.
Yep. I'm trying to meet somewhere in the middle. Early death. I don't think I'm going to be past 73. I think I'll cap it at 73. I think that'll be the end. DW's demise. Lack of sleep.
Boy, I'm hoping I live past that for as far as I am.
I have already started getting some pretty serious grays in this goatee, and that tells me I've been stressing way too much at my age. So
stress is the biggest killer of all, and being somebody who has a disease as a type 1 diabetic for 45 years and being, dependent on insulin all that time, which is type 1, when you go through and you see all the side effects that any one disease can do to you, and number 1 out of everything is stress.
Yeah. It's all I seem to do anymore, man, is stress. There were happier times, Mike.
You see what Kiwi wrote? Oh, well, I'm happy I reached 50.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I don't know what runs in my family because I was adopted, so I've had enough medical conditions for an entire lifetime, and I haven't just hit my 30s, so I'm probably have a lot more fun to look forward to in the future.
Well, you can take control of it. You can control the stress. That's
From
one.
the sounds of it, you didn't take it easy on yourself either. I mean, stacking up all them beer mugs and everything else, and eating thumbtacks on here, and I mean, come on, what do you expect?
I'm
Oh,
not saying I'm not saying smart decisions were made up to this point, but I'm living proof that I can sit here and tell everybody, hey, don't be stupid. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink. Don't drink and do anything. Just don't drink. Don't do cocaine. Don't find out what acid does to you. Stay away from shrooms. Molly's fun to fuck on, but stay away from it altogether. They sell other pills for that good stuff.
Good night, Scott. Have a good one, buddy. By the way, I just supported your channel a little bit ago.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Oh my gosh.
Highly addictive.
That's one thing I can happily say I never got addicted to was marijuana. Ever. I never felt the need to be like, oh, I need to have this. It probably would help me, but I choose not to. I think, huh?
I don't think marijuana has addictive qualities.
I think it's a gateway. Once you start down that path, man, it can open up. You've tested this. Now you're like, well, this wasn't too bad, so maybe I could try this. And that's where I think that really holds over for me is like it does present a gateway to other things. When you get that sensation of like, wow, this is pretty amazing stuff. It makes you want to try other things. You better hope you have the right friends around you to be like, hey, man, that's the one thing I learned is I wasn't surrounding myself with the right people. Hell, you thought that was good. Let's have some beans. It was like, beans, what are those? Ecstasy. I'm fairly certain that when you go to a car sales place, they don't give you mints on the floor. They give you ecstasy. Okay. I'm fairly certain that's what happens because you fall in love with the car before you leave. I love this car. They give you a mint. Would you like some water? It's like, this isn't a mint. This is ecstasy. No wonder I left here with a car. Jeez.
Well, especially now with marijuana like it is now compared to the days when I grew up around it. I mean, the high that this stuff puts out compared to then. I mean, you'd be smoking. You take one hit nowadays, and you pass what you were smoking on a whole joint the whole entire evening.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying though. Like we find ways to make ourselves, and you can't just enjoy it. You have to make it retarded. Like to the point where it makes you stupid. You can't just enjoy the buzz. You have to see how high the buzz can really take you.
You need the old buzz, the slow, just kick back, mellow.
Right. And I feel like people, when they get to that point, they're chasing the high now. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what anybody says. When my friends tell me stupid stuff like, I'm not addicted to weed, I can stop at any time. And then a week later, they don't have money to buy it. They turn into crackheads, man. Dude, I can't fucking think. I haven't smoked a joint in like 4 days, bro. I got to find some weed. Like that sounds like you need it, bro, to function now. I don't care what you say. That's addictive qualities right there.
Well, it's actually nowadays is what they're putting in with it too.
Well, true. I'm sorry, Mike, not to scratch your valid point there, bud, but I've seen like here in Florida, man, there is a lot of drugs that go around, and I love it when people say they're not addicted to things because then you quickly find out how much they were being hypocritical or lying to you about the situation. It gets a little funky here at some of the bars you hang out at.
Sean Brooks wasn't addicted to weed, and I smoked it all the time over 2 decades ago.
It's when you rely on it though to solve your life problems. That's when you've made a boo boo. It's not designed to dissolve your problems. All it does is hide your problems. You know,
Yeah.
that's all it does. You hit it and then you don't think about your problems. Those problems are still there when you come out of the high. You're like, oh man, I still have to pay rent. I still have to do this, and now I'm even broker because I went and bought this shit. You know, it's like
I bought that, and I had to go buy $50 of food to eat.
right. You know, it's like it just hides your problems. It doesn't solve them. You know, I'm glad that I was able to get out of that whole crazy lifestyle of doing craziness. You know.
That's not good, Sean.
Oh, that's interesting. Reverse effect. That's probably good not to smoke then. Look at it this way. You got a guardian angel. 30 years ago. Yeah, I don't see the point. Like, I'm going to smoke this blunt. And then you stare at your TV for like 2 hours. And then you come out of it and you're like, I wonder what's in the fridge. You know, and then you go and stare at your fridge for 2 hours because you don't have food in it. You know, it's like I don't understand that need to eat and get the munchies and I don't know, man. I can understand if you have cancer or anxiety problems or stuff like that. I can see where it would help, or
I
CBD.
figured I was going to go back on it for my glaucoma that I'm starting to come down with. I figured just go get a happy stick and enjoy life.
Right. Yeah.
But there are a lot of good benefits that can come out.
Sure.
I know you look at like the the CBD oils. With my mom, she's in the back in the rehab right now, and she has no cartilage on both shoulders plus bone spurs.
Mm-hmm.
So her every nerve in her body is electrified from head to toe.
Sure.
No matter where you touch her, it's on there. Well, the doctors had it on opioids, had her on Tylenol, which will chew your liver up.
Right.
And that's what they got her on now, but. We found a place locally here that has it, but this stuff is as pure can be.
Mm-hmm.
We have taken her off of every pain medication there is, and she's just on 2 dosages, once in the morning and once in the late afternoon of the CBD oil. And the tolerance effect of the pain is the exact same instead of being on the opioid.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why I said I'm fine with it if it's solving problems. You know what I'm saying? But I have friends that just smoke to smoke, and then they complain about not having money. It's like, well, you didn't need the weed to begin with. That's something you do as an extracurricular activity when you have time. You don't just go blow your money to get high. Well, I don't have a joint, so I'm going to go, spend $50 on this half gram or whatever the case is. And then go home and, and then complain and bitch about not having rent money and all this stuff. It's like, well, nobody told you to go out and buy it. Well, I can't function without it. Well, that sounds like you're addicted to it then, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you couldn't function without it, we got a problem here.
Nowadays, we have lounges in California.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can go in and buy it and smoke it. They have a smoking lounge right off to the side.
Sure. I mean, dude, if you have cancer, your body's hurting, all these different things, glaucoma, I mean, these are all perfect examples of how, CBD oils and all that stuff can help you. Even medical marijuana. For people that can't stand pain or high pain tolerances, that don't want to get, addicted to all those pills and would rather have a more natural way to do things. I completely understand. I get that.
Yeah.
But like I said, just to smoke, that's fine. Do it on your own time at your own house, whatever. That's fine. It's an extracurricular activity, but don't come bitching to me when you don't have money or, hey, can I borrow like $30, man? I need to. No, sorry. I can't.
Gas in my car, man.
Right.
I gotta buy some more.
I'm not going to fuel that habit. I'm sorry. I can't. You're not getting away from your problems. You're just hiding until it's over.
That's the problem with science and all the drug companies. What could be done is if you could take it properly. I don't know. Have you ever watched that show that was on Discovery Channel, Weed?
No. I don't, dude, I haven't had TV for like 15 years.
Well, it was on back then. But anyways, there was one guy that was really into the science of it.
Uh-huh.
And there was this one grower there. This guy, he's been known. He's up here in Humboldt, Northern California.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy has read the whole entire law in California, every single law book in the state,
Mm-hmm.
and backwards, forwards, inside out. And every time they'd go to bust him, they could never get him on the charges of growing the weed, right?
Right.
Well, whatever, they came in and tore these plants out that he was growing for this other guy. Well, come to find out, it was a gal. She was a doctor, had a 5-year-old son having epileptic seizures, about 110 to 120 seizures a day.
Ooh, that's crazy.
They grew, this one guy was growing this one specific plant with the traits that they needed. He took it and developed it into an oil so he could put the drops into a tea for the little boy to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Second day, 5 episodes versus 120.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why aren't they looking into things like that in the pharmaceutical industry? You can grow it naturally.
Well,
All the grow houses that used to be in the Central Valley of California were all bought up by all these people with all the weed big conglomerates, because with all those grow houses came unlimited water.
the government's got us so afraid to admit when they're wrong.
Yeah.
They don't like to admit when they're wrong about things, and so they, I mean, if you really stop and think about it, the 2 worst drugs that have ever been made legal, I mean, I think the biggest one, honestly, is alcohol. That is the worst drug known to mankind. It is, I mean, it has caused more deaths than, if you think about it, what was it? The crack epidemic? Was it the crack rock epidemic that killed just, in the, what was it, 60s, 70s, or 80s?
Yeah.
It
was the late 70s, early 80s.
Right. And it was that, crack epidemic. People were just dying left and right, and just, they were so addicted to this stuff, and it was causing houses and families to go broke, and so many people died. I don't even think that number comes close to the amount of people that are killed because of alcohol. If we're being realistic, alcohol has killed so many people. I almost feel like it is the government's way of going, population control. Here you go. We know that they're going to take their car, they're going to get completely drunk, and they're going to go smash into something and call it a day. If they hit one person, great. If they hit a couple people, well, that sucks. But you know what? Population control. I know our government does some really shady things. If drone worship's not here next week, you know why? It's because the Illuminati got me. Okay. For this discussion, I apologize for anybody else who gets taken because of this discussion. But yeah, man, I think alcohol is probably the worst drug that we have legalized. I think the government is really afraid to make, and I'll give you an example. In states like Florida, look at how long it's taking them to make weed legal here in any kind of sense. You know what I mean? Any kind of sense. Because they have so many people sitting in county for minor charges of weed possession that it would cause an uproar in a state like this if they legalized it and still made everybody sit for their sentence. Massive issues. Families losing their mind, people going crazy, shootouts, cop stations being overrun. Like, I could just mass hysteria across Florida based on this. And I know they see it that way, and that's why they're not doing it yet. They're slowly introducing the idea of legalizing marijuana as they push these cases out.
It's here. The only thing you got to be careful of, and what they're doing here, and they're popping them on it now, is they're delivering to minors.
Mm-hmm.
You can just make a phone call call up to your local shop and they'll deliver to your house. You don't even have to drive down there.
Damn dispensaries. Like I said, I don't care what people do on their own time, man. Just don't let your habit affect me in any kind of way. You know what I mean? That's the only issue I have is don't let what you do affect me.
Well, we have a big problem here right now because I have a lot of friends that work in police agencies.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things is fentanyl.
Right.
That is scary. They don't touch anything. They've all got those nitrate gloves now, all in their gloves, and every patrol car on the street has the fentanyl.
Isn't it the narc?
Not antibody, but anti-rejection injection.
Aren't those called narc canisters?
Yeah.
Narcan?
Yeah.
Yeah, where somebody's
a couple of names out there for them.
Right.
Every single patrol car has them.
Yep. Yeah, we got that here in Florida, the Narcans. Absolutely. Yeah, so basically you're allowed to overdose, and if you do get caught overdosing and you're dying, they just go ahead and puncture you and snap you full of Narcan, which is like every drug known to man in one go, just so they don't get it wrong. Like, what? Oh my God, man, the stuff we do. Just to keep you alive so that you go through the system and we pay more money for you.
Yep.
15 miles from Modesto. Hey, you know what's coming up? I almost forgot. Do you know what's coming up? Aliens and shit. And it's almost September 21st.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. That is around the corner.
So are you going?
Hell no, I'm not going. Mike said he was going to do a live stream. Mad Kiwi, not me. I'm hosting Spin Down. Kelly hosts Spin Up. I always host Spin Down. My event is free to the public. Come on through, bro. You just got to get here. That's all. I know. Steve doesn't want to hear it. He's like,
no, I think it's a great thing, Dan. Yeah. I think it's great.
I would like these pilots to not have to put any personal money in the pot except for room and board if they're going to go to an event where they're expected to look at products and pay money. You know what I mean? That's my thing is if you like the fucking Catalina wine mixer, that's how I'm looking at it. Like just show up, wine everywhere, good food, music. It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer. Who's here to buy a helicopter?
Yeah.
You know? That's how Spin Up, I think, should be hosted. If you can get here.
Being there last year, not at all. It was all about YouTube. It was all about the creators and what they did. And that's what it was. It was not selling a single item in there.
But isn't DJI going to be there as a spokesperson? Aren't there going to be some people there that are?
This year they made, but last year they gave away an M2 Pro. They gave one away last year. In fact, the guy sitting next to me at the table won it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's worth it, man. That's a $1,500 trip for somebody like me. I already paid. I should just go buy the Mavic Pro.
Yeah.
Even though they just raised the price on that too.
What's that?
Even though they just raised the price on that too.
Oh, tariffs and stuff. I don't even think the tariffs are that big of a deal. Everybody's losing their mind about the tariffs. I think it's stupid. Oh my God. So what? It went up like $20. Calm down.
It's going up.
The Mavic Pro went up $230.
Well, that's a lot of tech, man. So yeah, that's a good price increase. But they don't care because pretty soon they're going to be open in the U.S. side of things. So what do they care? They're going to ship them over on their own boats pretty soon, so they're not even going to get hit with the massive charges. They may have to pay port costs and harbor charging and stuff like that, but if DJI decides to go that route, they'll be able to bring the price back down again by not having to deal with the tariffs. If they're doing all their own back and forth stuff, they're not getting hit with it. Seems smart to me.
Yeah, because I have friends that because with our Harvard here. Oh, I talked with going back to submersibles.
Mm.
He sent me an email. He'll give me the information when he gets back. He's on vacation.
Okay. Yeah, because if they're any good, I'm going to reach out to the companies that he suggests. So, yeah, I'm with that. Actually, tomorrow's live stream is going to be me putting a notice out there for all ROV companies. I challenge you to change my mind on these things. Prove me wrong, because right now I'm disappointed with how these things operate and how they work. If you've got a product you think works, prove it to me.
Mhm.
Here's my email address. Send me an address. Let's test these things.
Yeah.
You know.
But the tariffs have hit, like for the boat builders and all of them coming out from the country, they're getting hit. And I mean, I really feel sorry for them. I mean, yeah, these are all high-end yachts.
Mm.
You know, they're all 40 foot to now up to 120. But when you're talking about a 10% hit and you've sold that yacht and now you're going to have to pay for it, not the owner.
Right.
That takes a big hit out of your.
Yeah. True. Yeah, Mike, I wanted to tell you, man, I did screw up that video where I was talking about the 107. I put it as disaster relief. The whole time I meant to say rescue efforts instead of disaster relief efforts. I realized it afterwards. I was like, I'm just going to let it go. People understand. They get the gist. I got corrected by so many people like, don't you mean rescue efforts? I'm like, it's all kind of the same thing, isn't it? It's disaster. It's over. So because it's over, you're helping with relief. Just go with it. And people were just lighting me up over it. I was like, literally, it's not that big of a deal. Come on, guys. You knew exactly what I meant. Just go with it. God, people. Oh, what's his face apologized. Nico FPV apologized.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was friendly about it. After I put things in perspective for him, he got back to me. He's like, look, man, I'm sorry, bro. I was like, yeah, dude, don't. There's no reason to be just, I get it. You haven't watched my channel in a while. You don't know what's been going on health-wise. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You just happen to come back into the mix and you're like, what the hell is this dude babbling about? I get it. But you probably want to do a little research.
Until somebody starts paying you, they ain't got no right to come in and complain about whatever you got going on in video.
Free videos.
If you want to sit there and twiddle your thumbs and put it online, that's your thing, man.
I should
somebody
do that.
Come in there and complain about it and say, well, start paying me, and then I'll start taking whatever you want me to do here. What's going on, Rick? What are you doing?
My twiddle my thumb stream. I'm going to do that tomorrow.
There you go.
Do you think you could do thumb wars with yourself? I should just do thumb wars with myself. You know which thumb's going to win because that's going to be the one you're telling to be dominant.
Well, somebody's still going to complain about it. Somebody will come in and they'll complain about how you did it, and then they'll give you a thumbs down about it. And can't please nobody, man.
No, I already know. What time your live stream tomorrow? Off tonight, Alan. I don't know, bro. I just live stream when I'm feeling it. Like right now, it's 2:15 a.m. I'm obviously tired, but I won't go to sleep because I'm still super awake. I don't normally get like tired until like 4 or 5 in the morning. That's when I like go curl up in bed and pass out till like 1 p.m.
Damn, we were down to 6. Now we're back up to 14.
14, I know. 13, 14. Yeah, well, everybody's like popping in because they think we're talking about the still talk. Still, let's. So if you just popped in because of that and you're not commenting, that whole portion of it was the whole first like 35 minutes, 40 minutes of the stream.
Yeah.
Just to be clear. So if you guys want to, when we're done and we end this, you can go back and rewatch that and find out my perspective of things. And Steve. Yeah. Listen, I'm all for companies doing great things, but when you have a track record like Yuneec, I can't give them what they want. They want me just to say it's good, of course, because they're a company, but I can't do that. I know your previous track record. I've dealt with your products. I know what this is going to be for everybody. And so, yeah, I'm going to take it a little hard on you. And I hope I'm wrong. And I hope things work out. And I hope it ends up being a really good drone that doesn't have issues, But as of right now, I'm saying don't buy it. Don't buy it. Wait, see some guinea pig reports on it, and then tell me what you think. I wasn't talking to you. Calm down.
Tell Yuneec to send you one and convince you.
There you go. Ham Solo heard guinea pig, and he was like, "What?"
Like you're saying, Dan, I really hope it turns out to be something because I want to see competition.
Sure.
The competition has failed miserably against DJI. There's a few of them that are out there. I'll give the Evo the benefit of the doubt. It seems I've never flown one. I've only seen it fly. And it really flew well.
Yeah.
Great imaging off from it. Stable and no geofencing.
Which one are we talking about?
The Evo.
Oh yeah,
the Evo. I love the Evo.
Man, the Evo still has a lot of problems though too, man. They're still like I don't know, man. They're still having a lot of gimbal problems with the Evo. People are still sending it back because their gimbals are having so many issues.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Smooth as silk. I've seen the ones, like when Ken did his and he had all that, horizon problem running around and the gimbal problem. My friend?
I think Evo suffers again from their customer service. Other than that, I like the bird, but there's a lot of people complain about Evo's customer service and still having a lot of issues with batteries, which I believe they had with, what was that, the X-Star Premium?
Yeah.
A lot of battery issues with that.
I feel bad for people that bought that thing, man. You can't even sell that thing. People try. You got to give it away for something like a surfboard or something. People just aren't buying. I'm sorry. Hey Rick, by the way, I got your package, bro. I don't know if the Hubsan props were a joke or if I'm supposed to do something with them. Let me know, man. I didn't know whether I should giggle.
You don't ask that question around this group.
Yeah, well, that's
what to do with them.
he sent me Hubsan screws and props. I was like, what am I going to do with these?
Send them to him. He can probably use it.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, no, I definitely. I was like, this has got to be a joke. He knows what he's doing, sending me Hubsan stuff. But I'm waiting for your clarification on that. I see an LOL, so I'm assuming that you say I got the joke.
What?
I don't want to jump to conclusions here.
You're not going to put a Hubsan sticker on the boat?
No. No.
I'm going to go buy one and send it to you.
There, Rick, you should jump in here with us, or anybody else that wants to. It doesn't matter. Mad Kiwi, why are you still here? I thought you were supposed to be doing some sexy time with your wife, and your safety word was supposed to be props to the sky. No?
Oh.
Gibson's got the W. What?
What's that mean?
I don't know. Apparently he speaks a language we don't. Epson has the worst customer service ever. Huh? Is he talking about a computer printer or something? Epson?
Unless he's talking about the salt company.
Yeah, what is Epson? I forget. Oh, yeah. Mad Kiwi's back. Back in the saddle again. So,
Wife's not home yet. I just made myself
Hubsan has the worst customer. Oh, Alan, we already know. The 360 pan mode on Typhoon is awesome. It's big for most. I'm old school, so I like it. Typhoon can handle wind pretty good. Just a video. Hey, just a video. I forgot to ask you, how is that Trump thing coming out with your truck? I know that you wrote support Trump on the back of your truck or something. Have any liberal meanists come through and tipped your truck over on its side yet and busted out your windows and peed in your gas tank? I have to know these things.
If you guys want a good joke, it's not Boris Johnson in the UK or Donald Trump in the US. It's Jacinda Ardern in New Zealand.
Who was?
Just saying.
Oh yeah, no, I kept the screws, man.
Oh.
He said left mass up. No, I just want you guys to know I watch your channels. This is how you know I watch your channels. Hey, I may not have time to comment and support on all of them, but I do watch. I try to watch the majority of your guys' stuff.
I got a woo from you though today.
I know. I pop in when I can. Woo!
Woo!
You know when I pop in, I'm doing a Ric Flair Nature Boy. Woo! So Mad Kiwi, something about your wife and you're finally free or something? What happened?
No. My wife hasn't turned up from work yet.
Oh.
It's like 6:30, and she's usually here about sort of 5:45.
Well, you got to get naked in front of the mirror and do like helicopter dick and like record yourself and then send it to her. She'll fly right home, bro.
Mate, if I did that, it would look like a younger version of you.
Hey.
Is that sexy?
As long as you got a lot to work with, you're good to go, man. King of the swing, baby.
I'm only a lightweight. I'm only 141 kilos.
Oh, gotcha.
But 6'2".
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm only 5'11" at, I don't know about kilos, but I'm like 340 pounds.
Basically halve it, and that's about how many kilos you are, roughly.
I weigh the shocks down on most trucks when I get in the back. You can tell I'm in the back of a pickup truck. That's all I'm saying. You can see me walk.
It won't do anything.
Uh-huh.
I'll put you in the back of mine. It won't do anything.
That's what everybody says. They're like, oh, suspension's super tight. And then I get up there and they watch one side of the truck do this. It's really funny. My dad has a 250 Super Duty, and when I stand on the back of his, and he's got a fully loaded extended trailer package gear craziness. When I get on the back, you can see when I pull myself up, it drops like almost 4 inches. It's I don't know why. I'm it's all dead mass in one area. You know what I mean?
No.
On the bumper, yeah. The further you get out, the
right. Well, we're not talking about dragging a fifth wheel. If I'm on fifth wheel, then you wouldn't even notice me. But if I'm getting in the back of the truck, you can see the whole truck come down. You know.
We're not fat. We're just big boned.
That's your excuse. I'm just gonna go with God didn't make me tall enough.
Okay.
I have
to get those 3-inch platforms on, aren't you?
What's that?
Get those 3-inch platform shoes on, you'll be right.
Oh yeah, bro. Nothing like some good stiletters.
Oh, did you see what Rick wrote?
No, what did you say?
Another 20 XT60 connectors coming on the 11th?
Yeah. Dude, I mean, these are done now. I finished these 4 ready for purchase. So these are all wrapped and all these are ready to go. So 3DR solo people, I got 4 MADs available. They're $40 a piece and $10 for shipping. So if you buy 2, it's still $10. If you buy 1, it's still $10 for shipping, but they're $40 a piece. This will ensure your solo flies forever. And you get to choose your battery. So if new battery technology comes out, guess what? You can apply that right to the Solo too. You don't have to worry about stock OEM batteries. Oh, they've made new improvements in battery technology. Sweet. Just plug it in and go.
Yeah.
Your solo that now used to only get 15 minutes now gets 40 minutes of flight time because of whatever new technologies out there. See, it's the perks of doing it this way versus stock, proprietary.
Is this your own invention thing, Dan?
I wouldn't say invention. I would say that I handle. Let's do it this way. I solve problems that are big problems that need to be addressed now when it comes to drones. So when somebody says, hey, the 3DR Solo batteries are running out and there's not a company producing any more batteries, that to me is a major problem because I fly the damn thing, right? Which means that everybody else that has these things flies the damn thing. And if there's no battery options available, where do we go from here? Do we sell the bird and it becomes obsolete, or does a couple people put their head together and come up with the mod? Well, I had a team. I had already come up with the idea, and then from there, I calculated the idea and started testing, and then I came up with some really interesting results by myself. And then I brought a team on, and we started putting our heads together, and that team ended up screwing me and stealing my Facebook page and trying to claim my mod as theirs. Whatever. I just decided the 3DR Solo needs to keep flying. So,
the
wife came home.
Yeah. So what I was going to say, Dan, then instead of calling it the Solo, why don't you just call it the dinghy? Dan's dinghy option.
Dan's dinghy mod.
Yeah, because dinghies aren't much use with two people in. They're only made for one person, more or less.
Whatever. Mine has 3 seats. What's the point of having 3 seats? I'm wide and stuff, but I can't fit on all 3 seats on my boat.
Yeah, I know. My grandfather had a 12-foot Parker Craft alloy dinghy, and he put an 18-horse Evinrude on the back of it, and that was sticking nose in the air most of the time.
Dude, it's fun.
Yeah.
It is fun. I'm a big dude, and when I put my little friend on the front, it still looks pretty good. It sits pretty smooth in the water. Do you guys ever use Litchi for the Spark? If so, do you like it? Litchi is good since they did the update for the Spark. It used to be really questionable. The Spark used to really act weird on Litchi software. But now that they've made some corrections to Litchi in 2018, ending 2018, Litchi has become a lot better, more stable for Spark. You do get offered features that you actually, it's getting very close now to almost getting offered the same thing. Litchi first had stuff available that the Go 4 app didn't have, right? Like digital tracking and all that kind of stuff that was not available for Go 4 until later on. Litchi already had that, so you could use that if you wanted it. But now they're pretty closely matched. So would I say Litchi's worth it now? Probably not. I would say Litchi's not quite worth it. If you're going to spend money, go buy the stuff that removes the go buy the software that removes the restrictions on it. You'll have more fun with a non-restricted Spark than you will spending $19 on Litchi. Spend that $12.50 or $12.99 or whatever it is on the the firmware crack for the Sparks. You can what is that called, Steve? I always forget the name.
I'm typing into it, looking at it right now.
Yeah, I can't think of the guy that I forget what it's called, like no restriction zone, drone zone, something like that. No restriction software for DJI. I can't remember what it is.
No limit drones.
No limit drones. Yeah. So if if you're going to spend that kind of money, just go purchase no limit drone software, because then I'd rather have no restrictions than worry about whether I'm going to get a couple added functions or features.
I won a copy of that on Greg's show, and I gave it to iSpike to give away on his show.
Ooh, Oz is in here.
Yeah, I remember you.
We got Michael McReynolds in here. We got Trevor.
Yeah.
We got Greg in here. We ought to drop the link again.
Yeah, Greg.
That's what I'm doing. We're going to drop the link. It's a free-for-all. Whoever makes it in first makes it in. Good luck, gentlemen.
Right. I'm going to let go because the wife is now home.
Oh, now that means we can take 3 more people because he's going to go mess with a super hot wife that he's hiding from us.
I'm not that big. I'll just escape. There'll be room for 3, I suppose. Yeah.
There you go.
Right. I'm off. You guys.
Later.
Later.
Okay, who's gonna make it in first? Dun, 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 dun.
Greg says he's got to help his wife cook.
Steve, show me your war face. That's your war face? Mike, show me your war face. He gets it. He gets it. Okay. All right. You guys might.
That's not the fact. That's sound, not face.
Well, no, but he understands what I was talking about. So, Full Metal Jacket, the guy says, "Show me your war face," and the guy goes, "Ah!" And he goes, "That's not a war face. Do I look scared to you?" Oh my gosh! So you'll understand.
Sick.
Huh?
Trevor is sick.
Oh, you'll understand why I reference that with an upcoming video.
Okay.
You know, I always catch people off guard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Considering I've only played that game twice.
What's that? Did I miss the joke? What game?
The video game twice. I've only played it twice.
Oh, Full Metal Jacket, the movie?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie.
I was talking about the movie.
Oh,
There's-
movie. Hello, Greg.
G'day, guys. How you doing?
Jesus Christ, where's his hair? Have you been wearing a wig every time I've seen you up to this point?
Me?
Just playing, guy.
Thanks,
You got
mate.
lots to work with up there. I'm sending you a wig. Okay?
I had a full head of hair before I started using Wirecast.
Wow. Telstra.
Telstra did it again.
Oh my God, that would be the perfect Telstra commercial.
I'm not used to seeing Greg without the green screen and the desk and all that.
Above and beyond said liar.
My wife started getting into making YouTube videos as well, and today is one of those days. She's doing cooking videos and getting all of the stuff ready.
What are we cooking?
What are we cooking?
Spanish chicken hot pot.
Spanish chicken hot pot.
Spanish chicken and chorizo hot pot.
Honey chicken and
Spanish.
chorizo. Spanish
Chicken.
chicken and chorizo.
Can I ask a question? What is her ethnicity? Because she sounds slightly Puerto Rican and she looks like she's going to beat your ass, dude. Okay.
What do you reckon? What nationality?
Oh, God, this is so hard. You can't put me on the spot with her right here. Can I just guess her age and say 20 hot and call it a day?
20 hot.
Can we just stop there? This could go so wrong.
That's Greg, the producer. Right there.
What's that?
Her name is Filipina.
Oh.
And the very first time that I got to an airport with her, what's your name? Filipina. Where are you from? Philippines. What's your name?
Oh my gosh, that is great.
Oh, Lord.
Now, Oz, were you guys, let me ask you this, just so I can see if I can put one and one together. Were you guys just in Discord?
Nope.
Okay, because Jim followed you in here pretty abruptly, so I wondered if maybe you guys had been chatting in Discord, realized we were live, and came over.
No. We were watching a movie, and after that, I just turned on my computer. Oh my God, you guys are still online. I'm thinking, what?
Yeah, we're only at 2 hours, man. This is a 10-hour thing, bro. Commitment. We need commitment here, okay?
Yeah. Anyway, fun game.
Jim, the link is posted. This is the best place to be if you can't sleep.
If anyone comes in, I'll jump out because, like I said, I'm going to do some stuff, but I just thought I'd say hi.
Plenty of room in here.
Yeah, we can have up to 6. We need 2 more. Hey, Dano, how you doing? Well, besides having to poop every, 2 hours, I'm good.
You see Jim's comment.
Look for a crappy show and found one. Yeah. Actually,
That's a crappy discussion.
yeah. Poop emojis everywhere.
Oh, hey, I think we should all go over to Greg's place for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, Spanish food. I'm in it. So she's Filipino, which means no, from the Philippines. I can't say Filipino, right? Filipino? Philippines. Same thing? Okay. Do they make spicy food?
Yeah, but also salty.
Salty. Oh, lots of flavor then.
Mm.
Now, is that because they use thicker meats that are normally tougher? Salt normally makes thicker meats break apart a little easier. So is that
What do you think, baby? Why is your food salty? She doesn't know.
all right.
Because of culture. Why is Mexican food hot? Because it's Mexican.
Mexican food isn't hot.
I
It's the sauces they put on it.
Right, which you have a choice to disregard.
True. True.
Yeah, actually, I take that back. Legit Spanish food can be very hot. They use like habanero peppers in some of their stuff. They get really creative. But you know, because it says there's a chili on the dish when you order it, like warning, hot. You know, stay away.
Or extremely hot.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Pucker butt creations. You know.
They need to have Scoville ratings on food when they have them. That'll do.
At the restaurants.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them really cross the 6,000 barrier because a jalapeno is normally around 2,500 to 5,000.
We have a lot of salt.
My wife just said, I think we like salt because we're surrounded by ocean, so we've got a lot of salt.
That somewhat makes sense. I'll go with it. Yeah. You know the nice thing about ocean fish when they come out and they're all salty, they're already cured meat. They're ready to roll. You don't have to add anything to them. They've been sucking on salt their whole life, so it's just pure cured meat. Yeah. Dude, I made some honey glazed salmon tonight that was spectacular.
That's good for you.
Post it on Facebook. Yeah, omega-3 fatty acids, baby. That's why I'm a poop machine. It's all those greens. Wait a minute. Did Just a Video actually just send a super chat? I can't tell.
Yeah.
Thanks
Wow.
for the talk crunch.
Thank you, Just a Video. That's
Oh,
awesome, man. I can't.
we're in deep trouble now.
Why?
One of America's top wanted posters in Australia now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you missed it. I was just getting out my wife's camera. This is her camera. So
What is that? Canon what?
BOS 5D Mark IV.
Whoa.
Wow, that's quite a camera.
Well, he didn't take my picture, so
Look, what can I say? My wife always likes them big.
alrighty. With everything?
Oh no, now he's bringing out a tripod. Now I'm going to get worried.
Are we making dinner or are we making a porno? I just have to know now.
Like I said, she likes them big.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys have a safety word chosen already?
Sorry, what?
Stop, don't's normally a pretty good one to use. Or not that hole. That's always a classic one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know you made a mistake when she goes, oops, that's not it. Oh my gosh. Good times. Are we doing close-ups on this food here?
Yeah. in a bit. Like she's doing close-ups of all of the ingredients, and then that gets edited together. She's creating a food channel, easy cooking stuff, yada yada yada.
What? That was not a name. What is the name of this channel so we can get some subs right now for it?
Easy cooking.
It's just called Easy Cooking.
Problem is, there's lots of them. I'll see if I can find the link so I can chuck it here.
Yeah, that's what you should do. That way she can, boom, get some investment right out the hole on this endeavor.
I've got to make my wife happy, and there's no better way than getting subs for her.
True, especially if the food is delicious. Safety word is Hubson.
She's only got one video there so far, but she's got more in the hopper getting ready to be done. So,
How many subs does she have?
She's got 25.
Oh, okay.
How long has this channel been up?
Less than a week.
Not too bad.
You drop a link for it, I'll join it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the link.
I'm trying to get into YouTube's chat because I was in the other chat.
Moist, salty, cured meatballs. Awesome, special, especially when you enjoy them. You sound like you like Chef's big black salty balls, JDS.
Okay.
Anybody who got the South Park reference? No? Okay. I'm going to make Chef sing about his salty balls now.
Like Alec Baldwin in the sweaty balls on Saturday Night Live.
Exactly.
Is Greg a moderator or what? I didn't see a link pop up. Did you make him a moderator?
I think he is.
No, I don't have. I don't have the blue.
Chef's big black salty balls. Okay, that's enough of that.
Because nothing popped up on my end, so I figured he probably posted it, but since he wasn't a moderator, it didn't show up.
That wasn't even a good copy of his big black chocolate salty balls.
So I've done my first duty, set up the camera. Now I chill and relax for a bit.
Now you can give us a link.
Now you can hear my wife with the knife bashing it and chopping things in the background like that. That's a terrifying sight.
You gonna post the link?
I did. I put it in before.
Yeah, I was just saying you couldn't post because you were a moderator. So
apparently, it took your mod powers away. Hold on a sec.
I don't see it.
You've been a mod for a long time, man. I hate it when YouTube does this.
Type something in the chat. So.
Yeah, Oz, just type something regular in chat. It keeps removing mods for some reason. This is getting frustrating what YouTube's doing.
There you
It's
go.
kind of like people getting banned from channels and stuff like that magically without mentioning any channel names. Anyway.
Right. Yeah, what he said. Yeah, look, it did. It removed his wrench.
I keep dropping hints on Greg's channel to get him to make me a mod, but he ain't done it yet.
There we go.
There. Now you can post stuff.
There you go.
There's a setting in YouTube where you can allow people who aren't moderators to post links. You can change that, make it easier for people.
Even though you guys can't hear this, every city has a hero. Every man has a recipe. Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm sold.
Chocolate
Well,
salty balls.
She's at 29 and growing.
All right, that's enough of that. Wow, that song is
You
bad.
were 25, you're now 29, so you've got an extra 4 and still going.
30.
Still
30.
going strong. Here I come. Oh, that's actually a pretty good channel art. Boom, should be at 31 now. Let's turn on some notifications.
Yep, 31.
I think we got the next video set to go live tonight sometime. Did we do that or not? I don't remember.
I keep asking me to do 2 videos in a week.
Yeah. Her friends are asking her to do 2 a week, but yeah.
That's a lot.
Can I put in a request?
What's the request?
You guys probably don't have the ability to do it down there, but pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
We're coming up on September, October, and November. This is Thanksgiving, Halloween. This is when pumpkins are going to be in like Flynn. Pumpkin pie recipes are going to take off right now.
Let me see.
I would assume you guys probably could get canned pumpkin, which is fine. Have you ever had pumpkin pie?
Nope, not that I can recall.
What is wrong with you?
Boy, I'm going to be in trouble now.
Oh,
I'm in
yeah.
grams. I'm going to have to get my.
Just looking through the wife's recipe thing, we got pumpkin soup, lamb and pumpkin curry, warm potato, avocado, and rocket salad with pumpkin.
Make any of that stuff.
Spaghetti, ham, sweet corn and pumpkin frittata, and pumpkin and cauliflower samosas.
You should make any of that stuff. During the holidays, it's all going to be a smash. You'll get a ton of views. If you can get pumpkin, trust me.
Yep.
Okay. Wifey has pumpkin on the brain now.
Yeah, I think ahead. I'm like, what's coming up that's going to be searched a lot? Pumpkin pie. Anything to do with pumpkin. But pumpkin pie for sure. Everybody wants to try a new pumpkin pie recipe. So if you can make one of those, you should try it.
Uh-oh.
Oops. Bye. Oh, wait. Hell, we got Jim upside down. What the hell is going on with Jim? Oh, Jim is upside down on his camera, but right side up here.
Hey, good morning.
What's
I am
up?
on an iPad mini.
Well, it seems like it works.
Whoops. Oz, you're more than welcome to come back in, man. I'll send another invite link.
You kick him?
Busy cooking
No, he kicked himself. He said, whoops.
the cat and dog over there.
Hey, how long were you sitting in green room? Because I just noticed you.
It was just a minute or two.
Okay, sorry about that.
You were thoroughly engrossed in the mug bean soup.
The
Something about spice
the mugs.
and savory.
Oh, wow, you've been in there for like 7 minutes then. Whew.
I'm getting hungry, Greg, watching your wife's doing this recipe here.
Yeah.
Nice footage.
Wait, she's got a stream going on right now?
No, I'm not streaming. I've got the first, and that's her first ever attempt at editing as well. So.
Oh.
Full speed.
Dried basil.
This thing says
Here
flip
comes
on it.
Derek.
What happens when I flip?
That's what I'm saying. You're upside down in your lower camera, but on here, you're right side up. You diss a frickin' peer, apparently? What happened? Well, your iPad is slow, bro.
Did he pull a Lloyd Mendenhall? He fell over off his chair. Now
See?
you're upside down.
Told you, now he's upside down.
Right side up to me.
No, he's
It's
upside
running
down.
on-
He's the bat.
Are you?
It's running on Safari.
Ugh.
How are you doing Safari? You can't do StreamYard with Safari.
the hell should I know? I wanted to do it through Chrome on the iPad, but it wouldn't let me. So it said use Safari.
Told you not to mess with it, man.
On my downside up?
Yeah, you're upside down now.
Can you see this, guys?
How was that possible? Yeah. Go like that.
There you go. Oh,
Now
God. Now we're 4.3 standard.
He was right side up to
Yeah,
me. I don't know how y'all are seeing him upside down.
Okay, let's have it.
Can you see this, Dan?
Well, that's what I'm looking for. I see nothing.
I'm sharing something
nothing but
to you.
you.
Oh, screen share. I thought you were trying to show me something on your cam.
No.
Ooh.
Which
Fat
one?
guy in a little coat. Fat guy in a little coat. Ooh, dude, is that pumpkin soup?
pumpkin and
Lamb and
prawn.
pumpkin curry.
That looks gnarly.
Dan,
What
that'd
just
flow
happened?
through
You
your
want the
system
food?
in a day.
Did that. What is that? That looks crazy.
That one's a
Yeah,
simple one.
I can't read any of that, but that looks really good. The simpler, the better during the holidays, I've learned. People don't like to complicate things. So the simpler but tasty, the better.
Okay, pumpkin soup with prawns and garlic and lemongrass and coconut milk and lime and
Yeah, that sounds good.
shallots and yeah.
Make that. Bye, just a video. Mm. So wait, these are all her own recipes, or this is just where does she get these recipes?
This is our own. My wife's name is Pia, and we've got pianet.asia, so we've got our own little secret stash of recipes there.
Oh. Wow, look at you, bro.
What is that?
That looks good.
Dan, read that out to us.
I can't read it. It's so
Creamy
tiny.
pumpkin spaghetti. You're just going to have to wait for the video.
Ooh.
You see how I did that?
Ooh.
Here you go, Danny.
All right, what do we got? More incoming sharing? Okay, Steve is now sharing her live stream.
There you go.
I'm going to go away. It's my time to go and do the camera. See you in a bit.
There's the finished product. Beef and spinach stuffed cannolis. That looks
what is it?
beef and spinach stuffed cannoli.
Oh my God. Those are fat guy vitamins.
You got it.
Jeez, oh Pete. Manic, what is up?
Yeah,
Hey,
watch that video. It's delicious.
Trevor,
I got an idea to make it the easy way, though. Instead of stuffing the cannolis, make it lasagna. Just use it on the noodles and put it over and layer it up.
Trevor, you should join us in here because I have a question I want to openly ask you.
He won't openly answer. No closet
it's posted.
doors.
Well, you know me. I don't hide behind doors, bro.
Can you turn your mic up a bit, Jim?
You do sound a little low.
I don't think so. If I touch the mic, it'll just cut me off. I turned the volume up, but I don't even know what that mic is.
I asked you the question on Facebook, Trevor, and you never got back to me about it in Messenger. So I'm just curious.
He is not one to answer quickly. I'll hit him up on Skype, and like 4 days later, I'll get an answer. Where is the mic on an iPad? Let me see if I can plug in that thing. This thing. That should put the mic right at my ear, right?
Oh, hey. The only thing that sucks about those is when they wipe. Yep, that noise when they wipe on your shirt and they smack on things. You hear all of it. But yeah, you sound a lot better.
All right. I'm using the automatic earplug or inner thing.
Yeah, that sounds better. A nice.
Lot
All right, Manic says 5 minutes. Excellent, excellent. Wait, who else dropped out?
Greg,
Oh no, yeah. They were only okay. All right. I thought we had 6. I'm like,
yeah,
You
that
did
looks delicious.
4, then Mike and Greg. We had 5 there a second ago.
Oh, she's got 33 subscribers now.
Nice.
Cooking. So I'm taking it nobody could sleep.
I rarely sleep as it is. I wanted to get this Mantis G discussion out of the way, so I did.
You buying one, Dan? I know you're a favorite of it.
Probably not, man.
Can we count on you, Dan?
No, man.
A wad of their stickers in order to put on his boat.
Dan is not planning on buying any new drones here because they all suck to me right now.
Yeah.
I am waiting for something new to hit the market. I
want a nice, manly, open source drone. Like, I think like it started out with that, what was it, the ST-1000 frame? That was a hexacopter frame.
Well, Yuneec put out the 550 or the 520G, which is the hexacopter with Argicopter open source that runs on 3DR Solo software. So it's Argicopter built just like the Solo, just a lot larger version of it.
That's out now?
Yeah. It's orange.
A new one?
Yep. 3DR left the market. They're not making drones anymore, but they will work with other drone companies, which they're working with Yuneec right now to build open source hexacopters. So absolutely. However, I just want to point this out that no matter what, if you have a Solo or a hexacopter version, they both run the same thing. So if you buy the hexacopter version, it's just buying a larger version of the Solo. That's basically what it is. So if you're happy with what you already have, stick with it. If you're not, and you want something that can carry more weight or, whatever, more stable or lose a propeller and continue flying, then go with the hexacopter version of it. But they both run sight scan software through 3DR. They both have pretty much basically identical abilities.
We'll see if it's open source. You can run other.
Yes,
I don't.
And I agree.
I told you, I'm not into paying $4,000 a month for stupid software I don't need to pay that
Right.
for.
Well, I get that. Like I said, I get that. However, I just wanted to make it abundantly clear that it is basically identical to what the Solo is going to offer you, just in a larger platform. So if you like the Solo and you just want something that can do bigger, carry more stuff, then obviously it would be worth the upgrade to you. So Manic.
Yo, bro.
All right. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. Okay.
Yeah, go for it. I'll answer anything if I can.
Okay. I had sent you a Facebook message a while ago. Did you see it?
I don't recall what you're talking about, so I may not have. Or I missed it.
Okay, that's fine. What is the deal with you and Carlos, bro? I want you guys to square things. I don't think this is necessary. I don't understand why people are upset with each other. I think the whole thing is super trivial, and I just want to know what took place, if you're willing to talk about it, that caused this ridiculousness to ensue.
I'm just quite easy just to.
I see he hammers.
He hammers me all the time. He hammers me in chat all the time, so I just don't talk to him. He asks me questions.
Came from, but
he asks me questions like I have to qualify, He
I
doesn't
don't
think I'm
hear
a drone
him. I
operator.
hate that when you're the fourth man in.
He thinks that I don't qualify to be a drone operator because I don't have drone videos. But who's to say that I have to even have a drone to watch drone videos and support a drone community? And I do have a drone, but I don't do filming with it. I'm only learning because he doesn't realize that I had a stroke a little while back and I have a disability. So it takes me a lot longer. So he's just an arsehole and he's a bigot and he's a racist because I've watched and seen a lot of his comments in a lot of other channels and the things he says about Asian people and all the sort of things. And he's just been mean to me, that's all. And I just don't want to talk to him. I don't have to. I can still be in the chat and not talk to him.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there was something that really, like, you guys had butted heads at one point. So it sounds like
what happened was when we butted heads, and I'll explain it for the last time.
That's fine.
Right?
You don't even have to talk about it if you don't want to.
Jim and I were on a test stream. Is that correct, Jim? Where we were discussing about some of my issues that I had with going through a coma and a stroke. And that was discussed while he was listening. Then he came on Claude's channel and started challenging me, suggesting that I'm all fake. It's a pity party. My depression is nothing, and he's the authority on this. And he insulted Claude as well. Claude got annoyed, so he blocked him. Right? It had nothing to do with me. I mean, I can, with Claude blocked him, that's got nothing to do with me. Like, that's how petty it is.
All right. Well, I don't know. It just, the way he was mad made it sound like there was more involved. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to make sure that's, so it's simple and it's silliness. That's what we're saying. It's simple and silliness then?
It is silly. And if I don't want to talk to him, I don't have to.
No, and that's 100% okay.
As long as I'm polite and I don't start shit. I don't want a circus.
Right.
And I explain that to a lot of the other people that I follow a lot when he comes in. Like I explained it to Mel because he was starting on me on that. I'll just let my dog out. He was starting on me when, that business with when Mel had his show there and it was all that Ken Heron and all that apology business.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I don't want to go into that, but he was starting on me then. He says, do you even have a drone? And I'm thinking, why do I need to answer this question? Like, do I need to qualify? I said to him in chat, and that was the last comment I made. And like, hello, I'm allowed to listen.
I don't mind if people aren't drone channels. It doesn't bother me one bit. Lloyd's not really a drone channel, but he talks drones. He's more of a vlogger than a droner, and I have no issue with that. That's why I said I was just curious where all this hatred spawned from, because Carlos,
there's no hatred. I don't have any
I'm
hatred.
I'm not saying on your end. I'm just saying I've noticed this stuff just in passing. I was curious about how all this got started. Because normally I throw my stuff out there when I have a problem.
Because Claude blocked him. That's how it started.
Right.
But the problem was it festered all the time because Claude was bringing it up all the time.
Gotcha.
And it was festering.
Okay.
When it shouldn't have been. Claude has a habit of doing that. And that's what it is. And I can't be control of Claude. He's his own man.
Yeah, I mean, I get along with Carlos and I get along with you, but it seems like I did a live stream with you guys the other day. Now Carlos doesn't stop by at all. Like, he took it personal, and I can't figure out why. And that's what spawned me to ask what happened. Because I have no issue with you, and I have no issue with Carlos.
Oh, I know that.
Right. So, all right. Well, that puts things in perspective somewhat. At least I understand there was a little back.
If one wants to be childish and not come to your channel because of that reason, and it might not even be that reason, well, that's just silly.
All good again, LOL. It's a Carlos test. I've had it. All good again, LOL. And then Steve said, goodbye, Kiwi. I don't think he was leaving, Steve.
Oh,
All right, well, back to the fun. Let's have some fun.
Yeah,
I understand
go for
part of it now, and so yeah. All right, cool.
well, I hope you feel better, Trevor.
Yeah.
I tried getting into the doctors today, but I could only see a triage nurse if I was to. And my nurse is coming, my permanent nurse that I have 2 days a week. She's coming tomorrow, so I'm going to book in a appointment first thing in the morning to get treated.
Hey, don't worry. Next time you go to see a triage nurse, if you want to really get seen fast, just hold your breath when they're doing your blood test or when they're doing your pulse. Interesting results. They'll be like, "Oh my God, he's defibrillating. Let's get him right in there." Yeah.
True.
If you ever want to mess with the nurse and make them see you immediately, just hold your breath while they're doing your pulse reading.
Or when you do the blood pressure, then squeeze your fists like this.
Right. Yeah.
Jim knows all about that one.
You could put a tennis ball in your armpit and really screw things up,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't know it.
So like I said, you can put a thumbtack in your shoe and push your big toe down on top of it while you sit there. That's a good way. Does that actually work for lie detector tests? I don't think it does.
If you put a tack in your shoe, yeah. Well, because
throws off the results.
Every time they ask you your name, you say your name and then press on the tack, and it's going to come up.
True. Didn't think about that.
So then every time they ask you real questions, you hit the tack, so it throws off the whole thing.
And then when they ask you where you hid the body at, you just let off the tack.
Right.
Change your breathing patterns, all that stuff.
And lie detectors aren't admissible as evidence anymore in a court of law.
Hey, who's that guy that was buried that they couldn't Jimmy? No, it wasn't Jimmy. Who's the guy that was buried that?
Jimmy Hoffa.
Huh? Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah, Mr. Hoffa. Just go the whole thing, screwing it up, and then when they ask you about Jimmy Hoffa, just don't push on the tack. Do you know where Jimmy Hoffa's buried?
I don't know, but you can ask Geraldo Rivera.
Yeah, well, I just everything is inconclusive up to the Jimmy Hoffa question. Make them actually think that you know where Jimmy Hoffa's buried at. What is going on here?
Serious?
I thought he was part of the cement work of Giants Stadium.
You think? Nobody really knows where Jimmy Hoffa was buried, do we?
No.
That's what I said. Ask Geraldo Rivera. Remember the big safe opening?
Yeah.
It's Jimmy Hoffa. Is he a gangster?
Was a gangster.
Sorry.
Yeah, it says born 1913, disappeared July 1930, 1975. Later declared dead July 30th, 1982. Was an American labor union leader who served with the president of Internal Brotherhood of Things. Right? I thought he was a gangster too, wasn't he?
What do you think all those?
That's what I remember of.
When you're a leader of a union,
a lot of union members are gangsters.
Back in the day, that's all it was.
Yep, it is gangster related.
Jimmy Riddell Hoffa.
That's how they get things done. And that's how they get money.
Who was that chest he was opening up under there? Capone's, Al Capone's chest or something?
Yeah.
A 3-hour TV show of nothing. We're getting closer to the safe.
I hate programs like that where they hype it up so much and then they show you nothing.
I don't watch TV, dude. I gave up 15 years ago.
Yeah, I only watch it if I'm at someone else's house, and that's
Well,
very rare now.
I think what happened for me was growing up, we had TV, but then we did away with it for a while, and my parents never got it back when I was a kid, and I never like saw a reason to have it after that. You know, like we never had it at our other house that we moved into. Our new house, we didn't get TV. We just watched movies. You know, and then by the time I was an adult, I was like, what the hell do I really need TV for? You know, what do I get from it? I've gone this whole time without feeling like I needed it for anything. You know, I can entertain myself with hobby or other things. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Is that bad? Is that bad to not have like watched real TV for? So I moved in with her, and that's all she does is watch her stupid drama TV shows. And I'm like, oh, we are not watching this trash. I'm going to the other room. You know, and I just disappear when she goes to watch TV shows. I can't. They just poor acting, easy to judge scripts. Like being away from TV was probably the best thing that ever happened to me my whole life.
And it's getting worse. The shows are actually getting worse.
Yeah. You know, they're all drama shows. They're all so predictable. Acting is horrible. Everything's scripted, and people think that stuff is real. I can't understand it.
And I don't care what you think about it, but every show now has to have gay people in it. There's got to be gay scenes in it, or even I'm watching Mindhunters, which is an FBI psychology unit, and about the 1903 starting of the BSU, and they're sitting there for 20 minutes shoving a gay relationship between these two women down my throat. I don't know. You really think the FBI had that? I don't. You know,
I don't. Like, I don't. Really, go ahead.
To be politically correct today, every TV show has to have that shit shoved down your throat.
Well, they're afraid to be sued. That's the problem.
Yeah, but they've been doing that since it started. Like they used to, like with the black people, they used to put a token black person in just so they could relate to that audience, even though that, say, those young people's channel, like movies where some of those people may not have even, in that community, may not even seen a black person. Well, seen, but not relate to them.
I don't know. I grew up with Walt Disney. He was racist.
Yeah, everything was racist.
Dumbo is so racist. We talked about this that one night.
Spanky and our gang will never be seen again because of Bill Cosby. He bought it up, took it off the air.
Is Bill Cosby about to sit for like ever, along with R. Kelly for peeing on 13-year-olds?
Yeah.
He's facing 192 years in prison.
Is that what's happened? I haven't seen what the latest is. So
yeah, so he's got, so far the pending counts are like 192 years, but they're still convicting him of different things. So he's not coming out of this okay. Like they he said, "Oh, how stupid would I be?" And then they went and raided his house and found all these porn tapes of him like peeing on young girls and like having sex with them and making them say their age, while he says how good their little 13-year-old vaginal activity is. Like just bad stuff, really bad stuff.
That's horrible.
It's he's a real shady character. So yeah, goodbye, R. Kelly.
Let Greg in. He's backstage.
Oh, is he? Oh yeah. He just popped up out of the blue. I can't see him down at the bottom. I'm gonna show you why. Okay, this is why I can't see you. All right, you ready? Look down at the bottom. You see how it's only the first 4? It's really hard to see the bottom 2. See right here and right here? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard to see the bottom 2 when they pop in.
Yeah, I found that too. It's terrible.
Yeah.
They need a little different setup.
Hey, since I've got a bit of a number of people here, I want to poll the audience for a question, a YouTube-related question.
Okay.
I had a video that was hit on copyright grounds.
Ooh.
This was, you remember that BBC documentary or supposed documentary about drones are going to be the end of the world? And do you remember that one?
I don't have TV. No.
It was made mainstream media as well, and it was being talked around on social media. And it was called Horizon. Was the name of the show.
No.
Anyway, to cut a long story short, I took a 1-hour show and cut it down into about 4 minutes worth of content that I used, interjecting with my commentary on that content.
Mm-hmm.
And BBC said, no, you have to take down the entire episode of your show because you've used our material. And I appealed it, and they said, no, too bad. I can appeal it to YouTube, would you? That's my question.
Okay, so here's
yeah, God.
Is it with this channel?
Osby Drone? Yeah.
Yeah. Are you worried about losing this channel?
Good question, because I'm still at the position of the channel not being reviewed, not being monetized, not being partner status, even though I've hit their targets and they do nothing with it.
Well, an appeal can go really backwards for you quickly. Just like any court situation, if you show up in court and you choose to appeal it, if you lose, you pay everything, right? It's the same principle with YouTube. If you don't do what they ask, then you hit the appeal process. If you fail the appeal process and they still choose to vote against you, that is grounds for termination of your channel if they want to. So, like I said, it depends on how much you care about your channel, I guess. If you don't care and you're willing to start over, have a go at it. Maybe you come out on top, maybe you don't. If you don't, it could be totally bad, or they could slap you on the wrist.
Yeah, I just think anyone who puts themselves in the public eye, making statements and saying this is a documentary, not a fictional piece of work. They say this is real. They should be open to criticism. And I was reviewing and criticizing what they did. I thought it was a piece of shit. And the fact is, the reason they appealed was because I titled the show BBC Fake News.
Well, that would be why they're upset.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think there's any grounds for it. If I did appeal it, I think in all likelihood I'd probably win if it's a fair review. But
well, you're not talking about an individual, you're talking about a company. So I think the RC Sailors found out the hard way about how all that works. You guys remember when they went through it with claiming Traxxas looked like other vehicles? Do you remember that? When these little off-brand toys were likeness rights got dragged into it and all this other stuff, and the RC Sailors got slapped around by Traxxas? I mean, absolutely slapped around. They were not giving it simple. They couldn't live stream for 90 days. Like, that was an eye-opening situation for them. So like I said, it really depends on how much they want to come after you. They are big money spenders. They're probably a big portion of YouTube, and YouTube makes money off of them. They don't really make much off of you. So if we see,
who makes the decision? Is it YouTube or BBC gets it back in their court again?
But that's where I'm going with this. You haven't gotten your results yet, right?
No, BBC said no. We think it should stay removed from your channel. Mm-hmm. Right? So I haven't appealed to YouTube again yet, but I'm considering should I.
Okay. Once again, it's all up to you, man. This could go completely south fast for your channel. If they've reviewed it once, right? They're giving you the ability to review.
BBC reviewed it, not YouTube.
Okay. And so BBC is the only one that's giving you ultimatums right now.
They're the only ones, right? So BBC said copyright hit. I said appeal. BBC said no, we think it should stay there. YouTube haven't made a determination about anything yet.
Mike, who's that guy that stole my content? You remember what happened with that? Remember that guy that stole a bunch of my video and put it on his, and I gave him an ultimatum when I found out that he did it. I was super cool about it. I stopped by. I said, "Hey, man, I did not give you rights to this. I'm asking you to remove this video or at least take out the portion of my content." And he got really mad and blocked me. And so I went to YouTube and I told YouTube, I said, "This is bullshit. It's not fair use rights here. This guy stole my entire video. And all he did was put words on top of it and other things." And YouTube squared his channel. They canceled it completely. They just dumped his channel.
They shut him down, but this is a different scenario where
kind of, because we're still hitting into that copyright material, so they're going to review every aspect of it, man. But I have dealt with a situation like that. The guy did not come out on top. I gave him ultimatums trying to work it out together as a person. When he said no, I took it to YouTube. YouTube immediately did what was necessary based on copyright claims.
right, YouTube did, but that's who you went to. BBC is who he's dealing with.
That's the problem, though. If BBC still has a problem with it and they take it to YouTube, you see how YouTube solved my issue, and it took not even 24 hours. They resolved it.
I think if YouTube came to Greg and said, "Hey, there's a problem here," then I would consider taking it down. But
sure.
Here's the thing with that. In the early days of my channel, without any reason whatsoever, they gave me a community strike for no reason. There was no reason ever given.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So someone complained about my channel without a reason, and I got 90 days, and there was never a reason given. Nothing I could do. The appeal button wasn't working.
Oh, you weren't monetized at the time, probably. So,
well, I'm still not monetized. So, even though I've hit 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers, I'm still not.
So it's really up to you, man. YouTube swing it either way. If you choose to appeal it and they don't agree with you, they have grounds to remove your channel, depending on how everything plays out or how BBC wants to handle it from there. They may just say, "Hey, we don't, it's done. We gave him an opportunity to solve it. He didn't solve it with us." I mean, that was the slap on the wrist from us. He didn't choose to take it. Now, how do we escalate this? And YouTube is going to go back and look at that information, and they're going to go, "Okay, well, we see that you did give him an opportunity to take the video down. You were, you know what I mean? Like, I want you to take all variables into consideration here."
I know. Yeah.
How important is the video to you, Greg?
So that video, I put a lot of work into it, into that story, and editing that together, and out of principle, I really hated what the BBC did in creating that story and that show in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It was fake, and it's negative to the drone community, and yada yada yada, and scare.
So what I find a fun way to do things and not get in trouble is to remove the video and make a video about what happened. They can't do a damn thing about that. You can talk about how BBC came after you for making this, and that's the fun part about it.
That's where I was thinking of going with it. That was my plan B, yeah.
So if you pull the video, just take screenshots. All you need is evidence that it took place. You know what I'm saying? And then you can present that evidence to the world. Now there's nothing they can do. You have no copyrighted content. The video's been removed. You held up to their end of the bargain. That was the only agreement and stipulations that were agreed to. There's nothing that says you can't make a video now about what took place. Now they're definitely going to hate that, but at least it'll be a little eye-opening for them. Like, shit, we really should have thought this through.
And maybe I should title that one BBC Fake News.
Right. Part 2. Deluxe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's how I would handle it. I wouldn't risk losing my channel over it, man. That's just me. So.
Yeah.
You put so much hard work in your channel, Greg.
Yes. And I'm still reconsidering that because of the fact that it's really frustrating. It's not about money, but it's about recognition and reaching that status milestone, and the fact that YouTube it's already been more than a quarter of a year. Have I got to wait for 9 months? Is it quicker to have a baby than to get your channel reviewed?
Damn, it's been that long?
Yeah, sometimes channels get pushed almost. We had a buddy that passed it a year and a half ago, and he didn't get monetized until like a month ago. He was way over the mark, and then his friend, same thing that happened with Mel.
Mel, yeah.
Mel put in and immediately got pushed through. It all depends on I think when they get a chance to review it, you might have been bottled to the back of the line somehow on accident, and now they got to go through all these different ones until they get to yours. I don't know what the difference is, man. I just know it's based on some kind of weird format for algorithm. I don't know if a bot reviews it or a person reviews it. I've had friends that passed the mark and they put in for it and they got rejected. And they had to send another thing in and say, hey, I don't understand why you rejected me. And then the second time they were pushed through. So,
yeah,
may want to reach out to YouTube again. I know that the only way to get in contact with them is through email. They don't give out a number for YouTube, which is really stupid. Unless you are already a partner of YouTube, then you can call them.
I haven't found any way to reach a human by any email or web form. There's their forums. Twitter is the only way that I've ever got a response.
Once you become a partner of YouTube, you can click on your partner link, and they have a number that you can call to get in touch with whoever helps, do things with your specific channel. So it's weird how they do it. They don't want to help you until you become a partner of YouTube. Other than that, it's all emailing or Instagram or stupid stuff, social media platforms to reach them. But if you go into your creator studio as a partner that's already monetized, they have a way for you to get in touch with whoever helps manage your channel. So it's strange, and you're allowed to talk things out with them. So I don't know. He said, geez, you fellers are committed, eh? 3 hours, dude. Really, this is nothing.
Oh, here's my second question, right? There was a live stream I was watching earlier today. The guy had like 80 or 90 subscribers on his channel. And he got up to 2,500 people watching his live stream.
Mm-hmm. Trending topic.
Yeah.
What was he doing in his stream?
What was he? Yeah, what was the header on the video? So clickbait.
He was flying a flight simulator, and he actually walked out and went down to the gas station to get some food midway through.
Oh my God!
I'm wondering if somebody shared it on like Viral Hog or something. You know what I'm saying? If he was doing something really cool and it just happened to go, viral blast. I mean, look at Ron. Ron did the same stupid thing. You remember my fat, dumb friend, Ron?
Yeah.
Right? The Adventures of Fat Man and Blob, and the guy I used to fly with all the time. He did the Hurricane Irma thing, and then he like did a video of a couple police cars parked in front of a store, and he was like, I'm out here smoking a cigarette, trying to sell drugs to people, and I noticed that there's a hurricane, looters behind me, and like they weren't even there. But we woke up the next day and the video had 350,000 views, and I was like, holy shit, how does that happen? Because it was trending at the time. Somebody put him in a category and poof, it just took off. We're talking about a guy that had like 70 subs. Some people just catch that little niche, dude, and it just rockets.
Yeah, but this guy, it's happened to him twice. I've seen it happen twice on his channel.
Yeah.
Both times flying an X-plane. So, yeah. Anyway.
So just so everybody's aware, 350,000 views was $547 you got paid at the end of the month. For that one video. So if any of you are curious what happens when these people pass 1 million views and stuff, they're making about $1,000 per video at 1 million views, roughly. Don't you want to get 1 million views, bro?
A million views total, or 1 million views per video?
Per video.
Yeah.
So basically, it clicks per mile. Every time the clicks per mile jumps, he starts paid more. So you take some of these big channels, they get 2, 3, 4 million views as soon as they post in 24 hours. They made $4,000 off that video. So if they make one post a day, that's $30,000 a month, you know, or more, 4,000. Let's say they get, 2 or 3 million views every time they post daily. 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Some of these guys make way more money than most actors do in Hollywood, just being a YouTuber, PewDiePie puts up a video and makes like $5,000 a vid.
The beast.
You want that money, don't you? I'm trying to help you get there, bro.
You're not really inspiring me, sorry to say.
Sorry, man. I do try.
This is just a thought, Greg. I'm wondering if, one, you got that strike against you, which is unbeknownst to anybody, and two, I'm wondering if maybe BBC has contacted you too, and that could be maybe something that could be holding you back from becoming monetized that you have no clue about.
No, this was before then. I don't think that's related, right? I hit the number before then. But all I can say is about this whole YouTube thing at the moment, I'm happier to watch my wife cooking food and having it filmed, because at the end of the day, I can still eat it.
And I'll tell you that dish of the cannolis looks absolutely delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Greg, what we need to do is bring all your subscribers over from your channel over to her channel. And then if your channel gets shut down, then you can use her channel as a backup.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe she'll get monetized before you will.
Dude, what a dick.
I will be very, very unhappy should that ever happen.
Telstra and YouTube getting beheaded.
Hey, Greg, just look at it this way. You charge her a management fee, you get some of that money coming out, plus you get to eat. So it's a win-win situation if she does.
Look, where does that management fee come from? I mean, at the end of the day, you get married and you pay for the engagement ring, you pay for the wedding ring, and then there's the suffering.
Oh, yeah, which you pay for the rest of your life.
Since she's her producer, are you going to be her producer for her channel?
She's wanting to learn as she goes along and trying to do it as much of it as she can, but it's not going to be a live show, so she's learning the skills of editing herself.
I'll be back here, guys.
Yeah.
Number 2 might turn into 1 and 5 as well. So just
If it makes you feel any better, Dan, I'm on a gluten-free diet at the moment to go and fix up my inside. So
well, I ate honey salmon with spinach and cream of spinach, and my stomach's on a not diet. So yeah.
He's headed for a category 5.
Right, toilet bowl swirl. Exactly. I'm gonna show that eye of the hurricane what's up.
just got the windscreen wipers going. Sorry.
Yeah, all good. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Entertain the masses.
Yeah. Speaking of entertaining, this coming weekend, tomorrow, Telstra has said there's going to be an all-day interruption to my internet tomorrow.
No boy.
So in advance, I'll just let people know if Ken has a meltdown on air, he won't be able to call me, and it's going to end really badly.
You can call your cell phone, Greg. It's not like you're totally out of touch.
True, but I can't fix anything much with it. But anyway, did you guys watch the replay of the first 5 minutes of his show last week?
Yeah, I saw that. What was the problem? We had no audio or something, or I don't know.
No. Watch the replay of the show. He added a prequel clip at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go and watch the replay. You'll have a little bit of a laugh.
Yeah, I saw it. I just don't remember what the initial issues were because he's had several problems. Like at one point, he didn't have any audio at the beginning, and Then something was way out of sync.
Just crashed and burned. And then when he restarted, audio wasn't working. And then the Zoom on all of the guests that were coming onto his show weren't working. And then the video through to his remote Skype people wasn't working. And the week before, video was jittering and, you know, and on and on and on and on. Yeah, Above and Beyond, that's Jim, that's exactly the one where he sent a love letter to Wirecast. Yeah.
When he finally re-uploaded it, he lost the chat that YouTube would normally replay.
Yeah, so when you re-upload, you don't get chat. But the reason he didn't leave the original was because the original chat got stripped out by YouTube because of the crash.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was about
See it. I only caught it like about halfway through the show, so I missed all the fun then.
Go and replay last week's episode.
I will. I'll do it tomorrow while working. I'll play it.
Yeah. And then my show last week, the Wirecast people told me to upgrade to a different version, and then my titles and my motion graphics didn't work. The audio didn't work for me, and it was spiking on bandwidth, and I can't remember, there was something else. Oh yeah, the picture was glitching as well.
Oh, mackerels. How? That's ridiculous.
And then they put out a new beta version, and I installed it, and everything worked perfectly, except you can't get a camera in.
Okay.
What's the purpose of it?
I think there's a bit of a problem there because YouTube's a bit of a visual thing, isn't it?
No, well, they probably worked out that Ken's from radio and I've got a face for radio as well. So they're probably, you know, it's a subtle hint.
On a straight audio broadcast.
Well, I think you're fishing for compliments, Greg. You're not bad looking at all, man.
Sorry, what?
You're fishing for compliments because you're not bad looking at all.
I'm not fishing.
No, I remember us going into Discord after your show, and y'all were talking about this. I think Jim was in there too.
Yeah.
And y'all were talking all this stuff, but I don't stream, so I didn't have any clue what y'all were talking about, so I couldn't add to conversation at all.
Yeah.
So
anyway, we'll see what happens. I got I'm not kind of putting heaps of work into this week's show because my internet is, you know, a bit dubious since they're going to take it off the air all day tomorrow, and you never know, the next day it's probably going to screw up like always. So,
well, aren't you already kind of used to the fact that your internet's not working? So this won't be much of a change.
Yeah, but I put effort in on the assumption that it's not going to crap out. If I know it's going to crap out or have a high probability, I'm not going to put as much effort in.
Right. I hope they get it straightened out for you.
Did they ever open up the vault?
Not yet.
And is that what they're doing tomorrow?
I don't know. They just send me a text message.
Boy, I tell you what, that's lame. As a contractor, an electrical contractor, which I put a lot of conduits in for a lot of underground. And that's one of the main things that you do, you look for, and you got to make sure your vaults are free and clear so you don't fill up with water, you don't fill up with mud.
Yeah.
And what gets me is, you know, if you're living in an area that gets, you know, precipitation a lot, which you do get, you know, a fair amount of precipitation there, correct?
Even if we didn't, the gardens have all got sprinkler systems in them.
Yeah.
Right? There's going to be human-generated water in those areas. So, yeah.
That's why whenever we were going in, we'd always put it above ground level.
Yeah.
In other words, the box sits there, and then it's another box that actually sits on top of that vault, and then it's above. So all your terminations are above ground level,
Mm.
and that keeps all the connectors and everything out of the mud and water.
Yeah. They just call them pits out here, not a vault. A vault implies that you've actually got, security around it and sealed. We just call it a pit. Dig a hole and see what happens.
We call them underground vaults
Yeah.
here in the States, and the vaults can get pretty doggone big. I mean, enough where we're talking. The largest vault I've ever set was 48 by 18 by 12 foot high.
Yeah, Dan, I was beginning to worry about you there.
It went pretty smoothly.
Arizona iced tea, huh?
Yeah, green tea.
Yeah.
Weight loss, bro. Weight loss.
That's all I drink.
Oh, Arizona.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, no vaults there, Jim. I know that. It'd be underwater.
Oh, geez.
Oh, there you go.
Father's Day last weekend. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Mike. Exactly. You know what the deal is. You know what the deal is, Mike. I drink it by the gallon. I'm weird.
If I can't get the bottles, she'll pick those up for me.
She won't drink them, so I just drink them directly out the bottle. They're good, man. The honey and ginseng. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
winning combination.
That honey soothes my throat, so.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to disappear again.
All right. Well, it's nice having you in here.
The food is smelling really good, and it's getting closer to that time.
Unfortunately, I may be following suit soon. I went to the bathroom and she was awake, and she was a little upset that I was still awake. So
yeah,
I got the eyes. I was like, but I'm not tired. She's like, go to sleep. I'm like, okay, damn.
But considering it's 3:45, because it's a 1:45 here.
I know. Yeah, 3:43. I'd stay up until like 5 or 6 before I pass out, but nope. She gets up in like an hour and a half, and she wants me.
We finally caught up to Greg's day of the week.
Yeah, it's coming to time to go to bed. If you can find it. If you hang around for 4 more hours, you'll be in Australian time.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, I mean, you said you're coming over here, Dan, so.
Hey, I'm still thinking about it for sure, man. I want a box of kangaroo.
Roo burger.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I'll catch you later.
Take care. Good luck tomorrow, Greg.
See you, bye.
Later.
The manic didn't fall asleep. Oh, never mind.
No. Have you eaten kangaroo?
Right.
Dave, have you eaten kangaroo?
No, I gave one a DDC once and a suplex. That's about as close as I've gotten. You ever try to give a suplex to a kangaroo? It's a fight, man.
Yeah, they're tough critters.
Yeah.
It's very good tasting meat. Well,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, they haven't met Trash Can Dan yet. You see, my fists are the size of trash can lids, bro. I hear they're good boxers. I can't wait.
A long time ago, I used to talk to this girl, and she was over in Australia, and I always used to mess with her about Roo burgers. And, she hadn't heard of no such thing at the time, but then she told me she went out to a place one time, and they were serving kangaroo meat. I said, well, there you go.
See, here in Australia, it was banned from eating kangaroo meat for a long time. And I think South Australia was the first state to allow it to be eaten. I think it was to do with worms and things like that. But now they actually have farms, areas where they have got kangaroo where they're
Overpopulated.
Yeah, overpopulated. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, you should send me some buckaroo jerky. That sounds good.
Well, Greg got to send some to Ken.
Yeah.
There you go. Eat this on your channel.
Legit. I think I'm going to go kill a pigeon with my pellet gun and make some real jerky out of it and send it to Ken.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do the whole video of how I made it. Pull out my dryer. Say, what you want teriyaki flavored pigeon meat? What's up? Spicy, pepper. Talk to me, and then yeah. Heck
I've
yeah.
eaten pigeon. I've eaten pigeon soup.
Well, aren't you just a lucky guy?
Yeah.
Quail,
Wasn't my choice.
I've had quail eggs.
quail itself.
Yeah. I've had what else? We had ostrich eggs. Those are interesting. Those are huge. Dude, one ostrich egg makes like 5 omelets. Don't kid yourself. They're no joke. They're very dangerous to extract from the ostrich. They will try to kill you if you take their egg.
I thought you meant by taking it out of their bum. It's dangerous.
They have massive talons on their feet that they will gore you to death with.
They do. They have 3-finger toe, I think.
Kill you. People don't realize how strong ostriches' legs really are.
Do you want to know a bit of trivia if you haven't heard it before, Dan?
No?
They have the kangaroo and the emu as our coat of arms for Australia.
Really?
The reason why they have that is they're the only 2 animals in the world that actually don't run backwards. And they believe Australia was always driven to go forward. And that was the motto.
I've never seen a dog run backwards. I've seen them walk backwards.
Yeah, they walk backwards, yeah.
I think ostriches can walk backwards too.
Mm-hmm. But evidently emus and kangaroos can't walk backwards because of the way they're designed.
Oh,
They
well,
get tripped over.
I get. Why are you sure an emu can't walk backwards?
That's what they claim. Look it up and see what the reason is.
I mean, kangaroo makes sense. They're only meant
because of the tail.
Right.
The tail they'll trip over.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, I'm gonna shut it down here.
I'm just going to say that.
It's that people are gonna be like, "This is a really long Mantis G video. I'm not sure I want to watch this." They're gonna see that it says 3 hours and some odd minutes long. They're gonna bail on it before they even realize we didn't talk that long about it.
Oh, at least they'll hear the beginning part of it.
Yeah, true. Me ragging on it a little bit. Hype this shit. What the fuck?
Well, gents, I'll bid you all adieu. Trevor, have a wonderful day. Hope you feel better, man.
I don't know. It's been good watching this stream, so I just hopefully I don't get worse.
Yeah, get some rest.
Yeah, I've been sleeping all the time.
Yeah.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, bro, I've been pooping all the time.
Yeah.
I'd
I
rather
haven't been pooping, and it's been good.
Pooping, you are restricted to one area only. Sleeping, you can at least like sleepwalk places. I wouldn't want to sleep poop places. That would not be fun, you know?
Mike, you take care. Dan, thank you, sir, as always.
That's some.
And everybody out there in the chat, have a great rest of your morning and evening.
I'm going to go take another poop. You guys have fun.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun having the poop.
Bye, everybody. TGV.
Bye.
Bye.
See you, Steve. See you, Mike. See you, Dan.
Later, bye.